Two dudes reviewing the news, pop culture, video games, movies, and shoes. Quincy and Justin with a nerdy forecast. So stay a while and welcome to the Ugly Mugs Podcast.
Welcome to the Mugs Podcast. I'm your host, Quincy.
And you're the host, Justin.
You're tired.
I'm exhausted.
I am lunch, which I didn't.
Yeah,
dinner for me.
We're eating just before the show. We're almost an hour after we would normally start, figuratively. It's just
We'll get back on schedule.
we'll get back to it. It's just
Especially starting next month when I have to virtually.
yeah, we'll get that all square up. We'll get that all square up. It ain't gonna be hard. It's just gonna be weird.
I might have to do some soundproofing. There's animals at that house.
The board will fix it.
I won't have the board.
I'll give you my single board.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just give you my single board and everything will be fine. It'll be fine. We're taking this on a day-by-day understanding system.
That's how I'm taking my whole life.
Yeah. I mean, I have a green screen, so it's just like I can put myself next to you. And
There
then
you go.
like little things. Hi, Jasmine. We were just about to get to our drinks. I have a 2-pack of these because we were eating hot and spices, and I chugged most of the first peace tea. But I love snowberry.
I love that you had to chug that. Because...
These are almost done. Yeah.
What's the date?
I said, I'm going to probably do them next week. Just
Okay.
that way we can get them out of there.
So I love that you had to chug 2 because of a hot and spicy McDonald's sandwich.
One, but I did the fucking...
Yeah, you had the Nitro Pepsi.
the Nitro Pepsi. I killed
you
immediately.
chugged a peace tea.
To be fair, I like
And you're going to eat a Pocky.
hockey next week. Not this week. Just because he is going to we're going to be moving this whole entire thing. What's one more thing to move? So
This is going to be glorious to see you eat this one, a hot and spicy McChicken sandwich. Gotcha. I can't wait. Like, I don't know if... Like, I feel like we should do them at the same time, but at the same time, I want to be able to focus on your reactions. Like, I'm so mixed. We'll do it at the same time.
we'll do them at the same time.
Yeah, we'll probably do it at the same
So
time.
next week.
Sure.
Okay, we're going to have to buy the thing I hate most, milk, but we're also going to need to be sure we're going to be okay. So like some Pepto or something.
You need to eat a banana.
A banana, that's it.
Eat a banana before we do it.
Yeah.
Because that'll keep you from getting stomach issues.
Okay. Yeah. So.
But don't chug the milk if you ate the banana, because that just makes you puke.
Oh. Well.
I mean, you can drink the milk. Don't chug the milk.
Yes. Okay.
The banana will help neutralize it in the gut so that you don't have spicy poops later.
That would be a good one too, especially with milk and me being lactose.
Yeah, you're gonna have to take a fucking lactate pill too.
I'm gonna be all fucked up that day. So
I'm just gonna have to like wheel you into your apartment afterwards. Like, Joanna, I'm just dropping them off. Gas mask on.
please save me.
I'm just gonna be sitting there making Doctor Who jokes. You my mummy.
Oh man, yeah, but the hot and spicy.
ASMR. Sorry.
Good stuff. But yeah, no, next week I will be destroying that because sure we may not have made our goal, our little sub goal. We got, I think the highest was 5 out of 25.
Yeah,
Not bad.
It's a growing channel. We're figuring things out.
We're
Doing stuff.
2 years to figure this shit. Get your ass over here.
Yeah, but if you think about it, across that 2 years, we went through a lot of changes. We did a lot of different things.
We did.
We changed up location,
Yes.
which we're doing again, and we'll end up doing at least one more time. Maybe 2, 3. We never know. We'll see where we're at in the future.
Yeah.
If things go the way I'm hoping, maybe one more time after that. But we'll see.
We will.
We've done a lot of things. We've added shows.
We
Which
have.
is something I talked about for a long time and finally got it off the ground. And then we've had to dial them back because everything we're going through is just
Stress.
But, phone's down. But, we'll get there. It's fine.
Okay.
We'll continue to grow and change and evolve. And one of the things with the channel that is we need to get more content on the channel, not just this, because this is, I don't want to say it's a niche because that's not the right term.
It is.
But it's not everybody's cup of tea. And what I'm hoping to do with the channel and what we've discussed is a little something for everyone.
Yes.
So, while we didn't get the subscriber goals on this, that sucks. We're going to do the chips still. We're going to have fun with it, and we'll keep...
And die.
You might, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. You got some Mexicali in you, don't you?
I got a little bit Mexican in me, so I might be protected.
Well, slightly.
Huh?
There have been some of
Yeah.
different persuasions eating it and having different reactions.
Yeah.
So maybe, who knows? Maybe I'll be fine.
But I do spicy food.
Maybe I'll be okay. maybe I don't want to die. But
I do eat spicy though, so like that's one of the big things that I think is going to be like the big difference because you don't really go out of your way for spicy.
kind of, sort of. So as of beginning of last year, I started doing more mild buffalo wings, medium. Every now and again, I'll go for like a mango habanero. You know, just something that I would never normally get. Now, don't get me wrong, I douse the shit out of it with ranch. You know, but
Do you remember when we went to Denny's, the one before they closed it on Trop in 215?
yes, I do.
And they brought out the plate of buffalo chicken tenders that were soaked in buffalo sauce.
Yes, and they were supposed to be mild.
And he takes a bite and just.
And I just, I don't want to waste food.
Fucking wrecking you the entire
I don't want
meal.
to waste food. And I pulled over the lady and I said, "This is your mild?" And she said,
No, it's
"No,
buffalo."
no, it's buffalo." And I said, "Okay, I'll do it." I killed that entire plate.
The plate almost killed him.
The plate almost killed me, but I killed that plate.
So that was. Am I really that red today? Or am I just looking
Color
red on
con-
the screen?
Yeah, color contrast here.
Because that TV's a little wonky.
Yeah,
I
a little
know.
wonky, but
I'm not saying change the stream. I'm just wondering if am I that red?
let me see if I can't fix it up a little bit.
Well, I'm just worried because this TV's
Can I get 10
a little
minutes?
wonky on color, so I'm worried that it probably looks fine on stream. And then if you're gonna change it,
I can actually make this a lot better. Hang on. Holy crap, it's crispy
oh no,
now.
we're in high def.
Holy crispiness.
Chat says I'm good. I'm not that red. I'm also color deficient, so I'm sitting there going,
Is it red?
is it red
is
or
it
is it my
blurple?
eyes?
But now look, it's a little more crispy. Oh, but it has frame it's a frame delay. Whatever. Yeah, whatever. But
It's not like I'm using that to throw darts or something. You know,
yeah, doing the whole mirror shoot the gun thing. Yeah, I get you.
catch a bullet in the teeth.
Once. Crispy. You okay?
We're good.
Crispy?
Crispy.
Okay. Over on the... Hang on, I'm trying to remember how to do this. Bop. Oh, and I changed it on this. I'm fixing it.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Fuck it, we'll do it live. There we go. Actually, it looks... It doesn't get frame delay when it's that small, but it's crispy. Put your phone up here. Put your phone up
But
here.
if I put it up here, it buzzes.
Turn off vibrate. Just keep it on silent. If you
I have
need
to go in and change settings to do that.
Jesus criminy.
I live my entire life off the phone having vibrate. So what's the deal with buzzes? Because you don't like when it falls.
I don't. I hate when I... So, one of my last days at work, someone dropped their phone. Just face down. Pat.
Yeah.
I physically cringed my whole entire body. And I just... Yeah, I know. Yeah, he just showed me the crack on the back of his phone. But I was like... I looked at the customer looked at me, and I said, "Is it okay?" Lifts it up this whole entire fucking thing. Looked like Eddie Guerrero and JBL.
Gotcha. I've got my old phone downstairs.
Oh, yeah.
I'll show you.
Okay.
So this is the one that I had it in a case. It was one of those wallet cases, so it flips shut and everything.
Oh yeah.
I'm out doing work. Last job of my day.
You had it on your lap, right?
No.
No, that was your brother.
My brother's was on the lap.
Okay.
It fell a whole like foot, and it just fucking obliterated. Last job of the day. I am snapping photos, and it just goes boop, right out of the case. I wasn't putting pressure on it or anything, and it fell face first, and it obliterated that screen so bad. I had to go straight down to AT&T. They got me a new phone. They couldn't take the old one because like it's fucked.
Oh really?
Yeah, they're like, there's nothing we're gonna do with this. It was also like an older model.
Oh.
By that time, I was already several models old. But it was so destroyed that I couldn't do any of my work that I had on the phone. And I had to go back out and repeat an entire day's worth of work. Because it was all stuck on that phone.
Damn. But at least you got a new phone out of it.
Yeah, but that's why I miss the days of us using digital cameras for my job.
Yeah.
Because, oh no, I broke the camera. Pop out the chip.
Put the chip in the
But yeah, move on.
Yeah.
You know, I'd carry a second camera with me in case something went wrong. You know, hey,
we got a couple Humble Bundles to talk about.
here we do.
So, over on Humble Bundle, just started, I believe, yesterday, a Capcom Heroic Collection. For $30 gets you a lot of really nice games. Starting up top, Monster Hunter Rise for $30.
Is that the one that was on Game Pass?
No, that was World.
Okay.
I think Rise has actually just popped on Game Pass.
I don't know.
I don't know either. But even still, Rise. Heyo, everybody. Monster Hunter Rise, good game, great game. Everyone's loving it. It's a little bit more introductory for those getting into Monster Hunter. The Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection, well worth $30 on its own because it's got frickin' Third Strike. Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy, all 3 of the first games. Okay, all right. And then it goes into the $10 tier. So those 3 games, specifically in the $30 tier. All the rest you can get for $10, which is Mega Man 11, Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen, which is one of my favorite RPG-style games. It's a little annoying at times, but I like it. Mega Man Legacy Collection number 2, Mega Man Legacy Collection number 1, which I believe is 1 through 5 for the first one, I think.
Rise is on Game Pass now. World no longer is.
Interesting. Oh, yeah, because they're trying to keep money going for Frostborn. So it's the first 6 ones in the Legacy Collection. What does Legacy Collection 2 have? So Legacy Collection is the last 4. So 1 through 6 for the first collection, 7 through 10 for the second collection. Okay. And it even has, I believe, upscaling to 32-bit. So things look a little bit more crispy.
I don't need it.
Oh, yeah, you got the first Mega Man, don't you? Oh.
I think I got the other one too, but yeah.
This is probably going to go for a little bit if you wanted to sell it. Like, if it's in... Oh, God. Oh, it's a push! I'm fucking sitting there thinking it was a tab. To be fair...
No, it was a tab.
But yeah.
You can take that. I'm not like...
Dr. Wily's Revenge. Yeah, this is an actual cart. Clean it up a little bit. Boom, you probably got maybe $70.
They got a couple...
Maybe. It's been a while since I've looked at that. My screen is cracked too, but on a positive note, I use it as an excuse to why I don't answer people's calls. I mean, as one does.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, screen's cracked, can't answer. Sorry, sucks. Oh well.
Here's another one I think you'll appreciate.
I do! And I used to really love these carts because it would show you everything that's in it.
Yeah.
The button battery to keep the internal clock running.
That was a big 90s thing, being able to see through our technology.
Yeah.
Like if the iPhone had come out like a decade sooner, there would have been a see-through iPhone.
Yeah. And this is for the color, right? Yep. And it has a very interesting remix of the opening to just Donkey Kong Country for the SNES. You know, the original goes bum 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 bum. Bum bum bum, bum 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 bum.
Okay.
It kind of adds a little bit more of a crunchiness to it that no one really liked, but it's what really set it apart, counter-wise, when it's the same game. Back over to the Humble Bundle, Lost Planet 3. I was never a fan of Lost Planet, but that's only because it had Steel Battalion, a game that had just UI everywhere. And a controller that wraps literally around you, and I like that premise, but having that be in a controller sense, I don't know. I played the first one for the 360 before it red ringed.
I played. Do you still have that 360 that red ringed?
Yeah, somewhere.
That's fixable.
Yeah, I know it is. I just don't want to. I don't care for it anymore.
See, I have 2 360s now.
The Elite one that.
My original Elite one.
Yeah.
And then another one that my brother had.
The one that had the top loader.
They both have the top loader.
Oh, okay, then disregard.
But because there's games that, due to licensing issues, have never made it to the new consoles.
You can only play it on 360.
Yeah, and so that's where I'm at because with the way the backwards compatibility worked on the one, you can't just pop whatever game in.
Which is stinky boo boo.
Yeah, but so I only ever played the demo for the first one, which you don't really do much in.
Yeah, you really don't.
So I honestly don't even know what these games are about.
So
I just remember Ice Planet.
So you've played Frostpunk.
Yes.
Take the idea of Frostpunk, make it a bit bigger,
Okay.
and on an unhospitalitous style planet that you are trying to get thermonuclear energy.
Okay,
around.
louder with your mouth open. Gotcha. You said bigger.
Yeah, okay. And it's basically they're just trying to colonize. They're trying to make Neo-Venus. That's it.
Okay.
And they're basically saying, well, this frozen planet is hospitable. It's just we need to do a little bit of work. So that's what you are doing. Oh no, aliens. And then, oh no, marauders.
But can I grow potatoes on the planet? Because that's what I need.
Ah,
Damn it. We got to hydrate and stretch.
kind of.
All right, I'm going to do my fancy stretch.
Yeah, we need to do our fancy stretches because I found out that I don't sit right.
The way you said that was I got osteoporosis.
I have osteoporosis.
Big stretch.
So, when your hip is misaligned, you need to do a forward style splits and then lean forward as far as you can go. That will fix your hip or break it.
Yes, Socky, potatoes in space. I got to have potatoes in space.
Yeah. So, a lot of games that have like plant life now, like that you can grow things, potatoes seems to be the more prominent.
They're hardy. They grow in a lot of different things. Yep. But also, I would say The Martian, the book / movie with Matt Damon.
Also, the movie that had Matt Damon playing himself, yes.
That I feel like, well, no, the guy's like a smart botanist, not Matt Damon. I'm not saying Matt Damon's stupid. He's just not a freaking botanist. Proud of you guys for fancy stretches. But yeah, so like that's kind of my whole thing is like, that's the other thing is like The Martian did a big thing with the fact that he had to grow potatoes in his own crap to be able to survive on Mars when he got left there.
They call this one the Fecalator.
I still have not watched the movie.
Really?
I read the book.
Of Dogma?
No. Martian.
Oh, okay.
No, Dogma I've seen.
Oh, okay. I was like, what? Yeah. I should have sworn you did. Yeah. But no.
I think the only Kevin Smith movie I haven't seen is Jersey Girl.
Really?
Yeah. I just never got around to it.
Yeah, I think that was on our list, too.
Yeah, well, I mean, he shits on it so much, and so does everyone else.
It's one of those, I don't want to see it just because I don't want to waste the time, even if the...
I mean, come on. How many times have I watched The Room, bro? Like,
to be fair, I've seen it more times than I'd like to admit, but...
like, I've wasted my time on plenty of things. I can at least finish watching the full filmography of my favorite director.
Sure. Back over to the Humble Bundle. Strider, the 2014 update.
Did you hydrate?
Yes, I did.
Pinky's out.
I like the new Strider. I like the old one a little bit more. This one is a part of their dollar tier. Is Lost Planet 3? Yeah, Lost Planet 3 is a part of their dollar tier. And then Bionic Commando Rearmed. It's okay. It's fine. There's nothing really wrong with it. It's just a okay platformer. It's Contra with a grappling hook. That's the best way of really putting Bionic Commando. But all of that for $30 helps out the JDRF, which helps out juvenile diabetes. They want to make sure they can get rid of, not help the symptoms of, help those with the symptoms of. They want to get rid of type 1 diabetes.
I'm all for getting rid of things like that.
Yeah, like they don't care about the treatment of. Sure, they'll do that, but they want to get rid of it. That is their end goal. That is their vision, which is good stuff. Skadoop. This one just dropped today. Escape Ordinary with Vault comic book bundle. Some of these covers are a little bit obscure and a little dark, but I have to say some of them do interest me. Like the last book you'll ever read, the complete series, has a pretty nice looking cover of like a 50s swing dancer girl type individual with zombie hands, a bloody hand of her own reaching out from a book that she is jumping out of, it is a very interesting one, and then it just goes on from there. Yes, that book is actually named that. No, I'm not saying it aloud. Shadow Service looks like it looks a little Hellraiser-ish. You know, I'm like, Resonant, great cover. Great, fantastic looking cover. Wasted Space, Sarah and the Royal Stars looks like it's a nice little mythical trip. The plot, which what is attacking this individual? These look like they are very fantasy, very high fantasy. Hollow Heart was one that instinctively stuck out to me. Just
looks
because
like Space Kook from Scooby-Doo.
It does a little bit. What was his?
Yeah, he would do things like that. Yeah.
Songs for the Dead, another interesting one, and then
Cult Classic looks interesting too.
Cult Classic does have a bit of interest to it. Let me see here. What is? Jared Parker was the perfect teenager until the million-year-old monster in King Lake killed his little brother. Now Jared only cares about one thing, sweet revenge. He'll face down friends, zombies, even the end of the world to get it. Nothing, not friends, not zombie skeletons, not the end of the world, will keep Jared Parker from revenge.
Sounds good.
And it's a complete, it's only 5 issues, and it's all right here. And it's called Cult Classic Creature Feature. And then the bottom one, which has a little bit of Art Deco to it, with a bit of Metropolis Engine Ward.
Yeah, very series. Metropolis, very BioShock.
Yeah, but all of these, I believe, are going for a simple $18. Helps out the Room to Read, which I know you're going to definitely be behind because it seeks millions of children in low-income communities, focus on literacy and gender equality in education. So
the literacy thing is actually really interesting. I was listening to the comedy section on Sirius XM today.
Okay.
And there was a guy that was making a joke talking about literacy and talking about like how we have like a severe problem with people's literacy in the United States when it comes down to their ability to write and read, not just reading.
Yep.
And he goes, it's wild because if you look at, there's like a book that's published of letters from soldiers during the Civil War.
Yep.
And these are guys that never went to school who were like 14 years old, and it's fucking proper language,
yep.
Writing like these beautiful fucking love letters. And then you have, if you look at a Jarhead's letter to his wife today, it's gibberish.
It's 2 paragraphs long.
One of them is "Don't fuck no one."
Yeah, it is. It is just. It's what is it called? The space of the mind of the times.
It's wild that we've advanced so much, but decreased in other ways.
I mean, that is what technology does for us. I hate my handwriting. My
handwriting's trash.
It's legible. I can write legibly. It's just I can type 4 times faster.
Talk about what I said.
Oh, okay.
Don't fuck no one is one of the paragraphs.
Don't fuck no one. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm seeing all those words in an order. I'm like, I don't understand. But like when I learned how to type, like fully learned how to type, it was for a video game because I was always typing in the long passwords, and then I was like, okay,
I took typing classes.
I did too, and I wasn't comfortable with doing this, so I'm always more comfortable with doing my weird little.
Oh, you're not a home rower?
No, I'm not a home rower.
I'm a home rower.
Like I can find the keys when I rub my hands against and I feel the J and F, and I'm like, okay, I know where my hand is now. Bah, 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 bah.
I got pretty good at it for a while. I was up to like 90 words a minute, or not a minute. Is it a minute? Is that how they do it? Yeah, I got pretty quick, and then after years of not having to regularly type or typing with my thumbs, it would I slowed the fuck down.
Yeah,
it's per minute, right?
Oh yeah, it's per minute.
Yeah.
You are right. I think I hit at best when I was actually doing writing, I could probably do 125, 140.
My problem is it's still filled with fucking
typos
and grammar issues. And
see, that's the one other thing technology has kind of helped us out with, where it'll be like, okay, I do a little bit of gibberish and I hit space. Oh wait, that has a red line under it. Why does it have a red line under it? Oh, because the I before E. I'll admit there are still some little tiny tidbits that I have a problem with, such as receive. That is one of my itch words.
Well, the other thing though is like sometimes the thing thinks it's smarter than you.
Wrong. That's wrong.
So like I'm texting James the other day.
Yes.
And I said, well, and I sent it, and I look up, and it's wheel.
Yeah,
and I'm like, you serious?
You did that with me yesterday with something we were talking about, and I was like, I'm deciphering what you're saying because I know that your phone auto changes a couple things.
And it's like that one's frustrating because I didn't do anything wrong. I wrote well.
Yes.
And you decided, no, you want to say wheel.
Wheel.
A wheel. And it's like...
Let me see. Not calling you out on this because I know it's your phone.
I mean, some of it might be me. Depends on what. We'll see. I'll let you know if it's my phone or if it's me.
Oh, no, it was on fucking TikTok. We were talking on TikTok, and I was like...
I was having the hardest time with the fucking TikTok keyboard.
Okay.
The TikTok keyboard was a bitch. And then you're like, I'm moving to Discord. I was like, cool, because this sucks.
Yeah. Let me see here. We were talking about purchasing a house in 2023 and how impossible it is. And I showed him a TikTok of an artist basically going through the trials and tribulations of a millennial trying to get a job, making minimum wage, and just trying to make it.
Doing the steps that we were told to take that will guarantee our success that then don't guarantee our success.
That is correct. And he wound up having to take 5 different jobs, et cetera, et cetera. It's just like, God damn. Yeah. And
at my most, I was at 4. 4 was my most. At once.
2 was mine, and I no, I don't want to talk about it. But
back behind the 7-Eleven.
Yeah, housing price. Those were dark times. They were making hot dogs behind that 7-Eleven. We're done here. Housing prices juped Al-Mistat.
Yep.
50% in 5 years, now have dropped 6% this year. That's a sign, meaning the house bought in 2020 is worth 6% less than it was in about 2022.
So what's crazy is that was supposed to be jumped.
Yeah, I figured. That's what I figured out.
And so some of that is me. Mm-hmm. In the sense, not dyslexia, but in the sense of...
typing quickly. Yeah.
But at least on TikTok, a lot of that was, what the fuck is with this keyboard?
Yeah, I mean, mine luckily just gives me my keyboard, so I could just
It gives me my keyboard, but it doesn't... If this makes sense, it doesn't feel the same.
No, it doesn't.
So...
Also, you sent me an... Oh, no, I saw that one. Yeah, dumb video.
Okay, so...
I'm making a couple more TikToks. I type with 2 fingers, and my brain is faster than my fingers. I have swipe, so I only use my thumb.
I have swipe, but I never really use it except for at work.
Oh.
So it looks like my regular keyboard, but...
Yeah, that's a little bit of stick drift.
Like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah, but Discord fixes things. It understands. So... Yeah, so that's another thing my phone has. Auto replies. So let's say you sent me a thing on Discord, and it's a question. It'll auto detect that it's a question, and it has sure, yes, no, or hang on a sec.
My phone can do that too.
And then what I do is I just hit yes, sure, or hang on a sec, and then I go and finish up what I'm doing. Open up my phone, do what I need to do, and blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. I just responded to him. Back to normal. I like auto replies.
When it comes back, it turned back to like this the literacy and whatnot with the schooling and whatnot. And yes, print is dying out. It's not as big of a thing. I think it's still important for people to know how to write.
Yes.
I don't think we should
kill
that.
Okay, cursive. Yes, no.
I have a mixed relationship with cursive. I understand its place. We all need signatures.
Yes.
Which is a big thing in learning cursive. Like, you should learn cursive for 2 specific reasons, definitely. And that's 1, so you can do your signature, and 2, so that you can read someone else's signature. Past that, cursive just feels like a fancy way of handling things. But I've always understood, calligraphy is a thing and whatnot. My issue is that they've changed cursive more than once. And so it's like there's been different versions of cursive. The way I sign my Q is not how they teach cursive nowadays. Qs are done different.
Yeah, we don't have a pen up here. No. But, like, I can just handwrite. When I'm writing, I do, my J big.
We got another stretch.
Got a stretch? Oh, God bless America. Oh, that did not feel good. Oh. Well, there's your stretch. And hydrate. I just hydrate.
You went real French there.
The wee. Sock sent me a TikTok just before this.
For anyone who's wondering about the wee.
Yeah.
Someone having a mental breakdown with Wii's drawings.
Yes. But yeah, no. Having room to read and having... There's another one that involves basically underage individuals learning to read. Developing literacy, even just reading. Mm-hmm. Writing can come a little bit after, because all it is just mimicry. It's just memory and mimicry. If you can teach a student to read proficiently, the rest will begin to follow.
Comprehension is a big fucking thing.
Yes. And as soon as you get to a 3rd grade reading level, that's where you should be done with reading, writing, and understanding grammar to a small extent.
I remember being confused going into kindergarten because I already knew the alphabet. Which is funny. My dyslexic ass was ahead on something that's in this section. My mom made sure I knew the alphabet ahead of time.
Okay. That would have been...
So, like, you know, we spent all this time in kindergarten going over the alphabet. I'm like,
I already know this.
I know this. Why are we doing this? Why is this a thing? Oh, okay. It's because other people don't know it yet. Okay, that's fine. That's fair.
And then when they get to then, and then there...
Yeah, the English language is bullshit.
It is a bastardization of all languages and none of the languages at the same time, to where we now have to go back to... Do you know why we yawn?
Lack of oxygen to the brain.
That is correct. But do you know why another person yawns?
Contagious.
It is contagious because it is a form of language. It is one of the earliest dated back languages where when one person yawns as a, not necessarily a greeting, but an acknowledgement of another person in the room.
Hey, yeah, I'm bored too, bro.
Yeah, that is just the way that works. It's just you yawn, and then another person notices it. It's an acknowledgement that they'll follow up with their own yawn.
To further the English language thing, it doesn't help that we were taught this in American schools, which are just trash.
Oh, God, yes. Especially here.
Like, let me explain something. I'm a little dumb. I'm a little dumb.
That's putting it mildly, but okay.
I'm smart in certain ways, dumb in others.
We have our features.
Yes.
We have our bugs.
I was in my mid to late 20s when I finally figured out the proper way to use all the yours and the theirs.
Oh, your Y-O-U-R, Y-O-U apostrophe R-E. Okay. Yep. I know what love is, Jenny.
And people are sitting there going, oh, wow, this guy is fucking stupid. But the thing is, it's a combination of dyslexia, the fact that for some reason we need to have 6 different versions of fucking words. And then the fact that in school they kind of went, your.
Figure it out.
This one's right sometimes, this one's right sometimes. Have a good day.
And they probably broke it down.
Me? Can we go over that more? We don't have time.
Wait, we gotta keep going. Yeah. Having the time to break down and give you the time and the supplement to make sure you succeed is something that they're not equipped to do, as well as they just don't have time to.
Yeah.
So I get it. I understand why, but there needs to be a little bit of a learning curve for those a little bit behind. Mm-hmm. And
I think I've talked about it here before. The way they handled my dyslexia was you get 2 less spelling words every month than everyone else.
Yeah, and that didn't catch you up at all.
What does that do? I just don't know how to spell those 2 words now. You didn't help me with learning how to spell the other 8.
Yeah. Me and theirs were like peas and carrots. Oh, me and theirs were like peas and carrots. I get you. Okay. I'm missing a lot of context clues at time. Say goodbye. Oh, okay, wait, you can get it.
Where is it?
It's on the side.
Nope.
Oh, we're just fucking around with a fly that just decided to be an intruder.
Yeah, now I can't drink this fucking bastard.
You could.
I'm gonna clean it.
But. Okay.
I'm laughing at a fucking Forrest Gump joke now.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll take care of the AIDS, baby.
So the reason why I have the pain scale on here is because a little bit of a topic because we're gonna kind of brush through a lot of this stuff quite easily. So I figured we'd talk about it.
We're padding.
We're padding as well. Criticisms in both like IGN,
In media.
in media, Metacritic, Rotten Tomatoes, and how there are those who will negatively berate something because it's not for them, but they'll still give it the low review because of that.
Yeah.
And
It's one thing to say, I don't like this. It's another thing to say, I hate this, even though it wasn't meant for me, and so it's trash.
Right. I watched a lot of movies during my little depressive spiral. I watched Sonic 2.
Oh, what'd you think?
I actually liked it.
Yeah.
I realized it wasn't for me about 3/4 of the way through.
I mean, they are very much geared towards children.
Oh, they are. But at the same time, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I would give it probably a 9 out of 10. It was... Jim Carrey made that fucking movie.
How about the robot?
Oh, God, that was
It was
great.
so good.
It was so good.
So well done.
And also the Mean Bean.
Yeah.
I was happy for that. It was a good movie. Now, of course, it wasn't catered to me. If I was in a more serious state, I probably would have been a little And then very shortly after that, I watched John Wick 3. I liked that. I liked it a lot. Cried a little bit when I saw Lance Reddick on screen, but I, fought it off because he was being a fucking sick ass
And
badass.
you haven't seen 4 yet, right?
I have not seen 4 yet. It just dropped on Peacock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me know when you watch it, because I want to talk to you about it.
Okay. But going through it, I was like, it's a good choreographed movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. It's well paced. Talk action, action with dogs, and then talk action.
I gotta say, I was a little bummed that there was no comeuppance for the one with the really short hair, the one that comes in and basically goes, "Oh, the Continental's screwed because you're not following the rules."
Oh, the judicator?
Yeah, the one that tells Morpheus he's gonna get his cuts. and
Yeah.
whatnot. Like I was like, damn, nobody shot her.
Yeah, I mean,
Shot them? I'm not sure.
Well, when they're a higher league than everyone else, you shoot them, you basically are bringing all of the organization.
Nobody knocked a loose piece of concrete over after the building got shot up and it landed on them.
But
Like, there's ways.
there are ways, but
There's things we can do.
I knew that one was geared toward me,
Yeah.
and I would give that one also a 9 out of 10. It was a good movie. It was well paced. Sure, the talking scenes were a little, pull at the collar, but not in a bad way. Not in. It was uncomfortable because you had a guy who was aiming to kill John Wick, being like, "I'm one of your biggest fans," and he had the same reaction I did, which was, "Okay."
Reminder, he's in Double Dragon.
Yeah, yeah. But it was like, okay, fine. I'll take that scene because, wasn't Keanu one of the executive producers on it?
Probably.
But even
I thought it was a fun scene.
It was fun.
I thought it was fun. It was a little goofy.
It was goofy.
Moment, but that's perfectly fine because people would be like that. There are those people out there.
Yeah.
How many times do we see people doing weird shit out of their fandom? Anyways, there's a video going around right now of a lady that's practically pushing shit through Mark Hamill's car window. Yeah, like,
huh?
Yeah, she had like a big item and she's like trying to get it through his car window as he's just trying to go about his day and move on. Yeah, people are weird.
Okay.
Like,
I would love to, cosplay. I would love to build Destiny armors, but that costs money, that costs time,
They sell the foam at Michael's now.
They do.
Yeah.
They actually sell the good stuff. The only downside is I'm way too fucking broke to do anything.
Yeah.
Like, I would love to build Laura Lee's with, some really nice armor bits, bobs, actually draw them out.
I've always wanted to do an Iron Man suit.
Why not? Sometime in the near future, I'm sure.
Or a really good Nightwing.
Nightwing would be a good one.
Yeah. Get the sticks. Get yelled at the convention for bringing the sticks.
But back to the topic of criticisms.
Yeah, so really quick, did you watch anything else over this past week?
Yes, but I can't. Backlash. WWE Backlash.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Really rough.
Yeah.
Really rough. Like, good matches, but...
It's WWE.
It's WWE.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm kind of getting burnt with some of the AEW angles also.
Hopefully they'll begin to fix them because they seem to be doing a little bit better by pushing other people.
Jade continuing the streak. I'm just fucking burnt.
Also, did you hear Taya Valkyrie got arrested?
Really?
Yeah, for assault on the ref she almost put into the Road to Valhalla.
Oh, okay. So it's like a story thing.
I don't
It's
know.
kayfabe.
I don't know, maybe. But she is. It says suspended.
Yeah. Well, that's kayfabe.
I don't know why you're already putting her out when she just got in, but okay.
Could have been injured. Could be needs time to go to a wedding. Could be anything.
Fair enough.
You know, could be I tweaked my ankle a little weird. It ain't broken or anything, but I could use a week off.
Okay, fair enough. All right, back to this. But having criticisms and having the acknowledgement of start off any review you make, if it is not for you, have the acknowledgement that you know that this is not like
You're not the target audience,
right. Like as I said, Sonic. I knew it wasn't for me. Did I enjoy it? Yes. Why? I have a man-child, poo-poo stinky brain. So of course I'm gonna sit there and enjoy watching Sonic, Tails, Idris Elba as Knuckles, basically playing Drax.
Yeah, it was kind of dumb.
He was kind of dumb. He pretty much had one of those. Nothing gets past me. I will. I'll
My
catch it.
reflexes are too
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah, he had one of those scenes, and I was just like, a little rehashing, but okay, I was fine with it. And then John Wick, meant for me, I still liked it.
Mm-hmm.
But then let's go backlash. Meant for me, did not like it. So
And for anyone that wants to argue that's different, it's not because it's scripted.
yes and no. There are bits and pieces that can be modulated. But
Every move is not,
right.
but
When you have
the storylines are scripted.
yes,
So who's gonna win is decided mostly. Every now and then you get ones that they let the crowd.
kind of cheer for.
Yeah.
Puerto Rico, great place to have a wrestling thing. Sucks they're not going to get a pay-per-view for a while. But damn that crowd.
Speaking of pay-per-views, I'm probably not gonna do the AEW one coming up,
That's fair. That's fine, fair.
even though it's out here.
It is. When's it next week?
I think
Saturday.
is it this Saturday or is it the following Saturday? Because I thought it was like the 20 something.
All
like
in?
Yeah, that was like the 20. If it's the 20th, it's next Saturday, not this coming Saturday.
That's not all in. That's not all in at all.
I mean, it is.
No, because all in is going to be at Wembley Stadium.
Oh, All Out?
Full Gear. No, wait, that's
No.
March. What the fuck?
Is it All Out?
All Out?
Yeah, I don't know. I think All In was. I thought All In was right because it's the gambling concept. I'm all in.
Yeah.
Just do AEW Las Vegas.
AEW Las Vegas 2023.
Double
Double or
nothing.
nothing.
But All Out was
No, May 28th.
a thing. May 28th.
May 28th. So, a couple weeks.
It's a Sunday, not a Saturday. And it's
Okay.
the
But
end of the month.
they are going to be here Friday at the MGM, Saturday at the MGM, and then Sunday at the T-Mobile Arena.
Are you sure it's not Wednesday, Friday, Sunday?
Yes.
So they're doing Friday, Saturday?
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the full weekend.
What's the Saturday show? Because Friday would be Rampage.
I don't know. Darks, maybe?
They've officially canceled Darks. Because they're talking about launching a third show and taking all the effort they put into Darks to launch the third show.
Okay. Well, okay, so there is Wednesday, May 24th.
Yeah, at the MGM Grand.
At the MGM Grand.
Sunday.
Sunday, but there was, I should have sworn there was something for the weekend.
I mean, maybe they had like a fan event or something. But So they're not even showing a Friday show.
No, they're not. Interesting. Oh, well, but even still.
I was supposed to go to the MGM Grand for Ozzy.
Oh,
And then that never happened.
that never happened. Is he going to...
Oh, he's retiring.
Oh, he's done. Okay. I was going to say, is he going to pop out for, like, one last hurrah? But, yeah, no.
He's moving back to England, and he's retiring.
He doesn't like America.
No, I mean, I don't really blame him.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's very different than what it used to be.
But I think if we were to get into a criticism game, because you even said it yourself, like, why not try applying for IGN? And I was,
To you, yes.
to me, yes. And I was like, I don't hate IGN. I've never not liked them. We've
Like-
used as arbitrary. We've had to use some of their stuff because they've got direct access to it, so we can talk about it. but to be able to work from IGN seems like an idea.
That's not the only company. You can look at others.
Oh, of course.
There's Polygon.
And Tecmo and Gizmondo and a few others, not off the top of my head.
Yeah.
But to be able to criticize is to acknowledge that you are the marketed audience.
Yeah, that and you've also got that level of if you're not the marketable audience,
Admit you aren't.
admit you aren't. Find the true things that are at fault, not the nitpicky bullshit, and then take your next step.
Like a review I'm about to have. It is not marked for me, and I'm going to say that immediately. But that'll come when it comes around.
Okay.
Eh.
Okay.
Okay. you were thinking about it. So over on the Nintendo world, Metroid Prime Remastered sold over 1 million copies since February. Now you might be saying, oh, games sell 1 million copies. Not their second time around, or even their third time around. It's kind of hard to sell a game.
That's also less than 4 months.
That is correct. So selling a game not once, not twice, but 3 times and still making 1 million copies on that third launch, that's great. Metroid Prime Remastered sold 1 million copies in less than, you said since February, so 3 months.
Yeah. So I don't know what time in February it launched, but you got to figure all of March, all of April, part of May,
So
part of February.
yeah, so we'll say 3-ish months. And to sell 1 million more copies of the same gosh darn game for $40, no deals probably, unless you're going through like Best Buy for physical copies or something, because they usually do that kind of thing. But it's great. Yeah, this is the one with Samus Aran. People be thirsty. I made it. I just want to say hello, and for all of you to have a great night and rest of week. Thank you.
Thank you. So, real quick on this though.
Okay.
I do want to say that's amazing, and I'm glad it was on like one that they've done something to because it's remastered. But when we click on the images for me, it's a pretty good remaster.
It looks good.
My whole thing though does come down to like, of course it's selling this good because people do love this game. But what Nintendo has done, and what I'm worried they're going to do next year, is they always make a new hardware that makes your old play obsolete.
Yes.
So it's one of those things where if you want to play Prime, you either have to dig out your GameCube,
your Switch.
or Switch now.
Yeah, Switch now.
GameCube before, what was the remaster?
The trilogy, I think, was on the Wii. I think it was on the Wii.
Okay, so then you'd have to dig out your Wii, and now this.
Metroid Prime Trilogy.
While I get what you're saying there, Sean, with like no worse than Skyrim in the sense that Skyrim's been released 80 different times. At least with Skyrim, I didn't have to go back to an old technology to play it if I wanted to, or buy their new version. Skyrim was one of those ones that I kept being able to play the old versions on the new things until more recently.
Yeah. And I mean, with current age of modding, I have the earliest form of Skyrim on my Steam. They gave me the updated version for free, and all the mods that I had kind of just rolled over. Everything just worked. And there's a new mod for it that adds in the continual learning gesture of this person gives you a quest, they'll ask you about it later, and just have AI-generated responses, which is both interesting but oddly scary that a game is learning about your motives. I don't know how that one really works, but
Skynaut's going to get us either way.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but like
that's why we say thank you.
And you
Alexis.
can exactly, and please. So like another way to look at it is when it comes to PC Master Race,
mustard rice.
Mustard Rice. When it comes to the PC, at least you didn't get locked out of being able to play your old game. In fact, as you updated your computer, it still had to play the old versions of the old game.
Yeah.
But it's kind of always been Nintendo's thing for a long time to make their new thing not be able to play the old thing to where you have to buy a new version of the old thing that you love.
Kind of. When you look at the Wii, and it had the ports so that we could put in the controllers from the GameCube.
But you can't use the discs.
You could.
On the Wii?
Yeah.
Okay.
The first generation.
Okay.
Second generation.
I didn't own a Wii. So I owned a Wii U, which could only play Wii games.
And Wii U. So it was always one generation back, it seems.
Until the Switch. Well, no, because so the Super Nintendo couldn't play NES games unless you had the converting thing, which was not made by Nintendo.
No, it wasn't.
Same thing with the N64.
Most of.
So I guess the Wii was the first one that actually did that, where you could play the old thing without buying a third-party thing.
What if it's not a third-party thing? What if it's its own thing? So the GameCube also had a bottom placer so that you could play Game Boy Advance.
Yes.
And
But
then,
that isn't bringing the previous home console over. That's bringing a whole new thing to home console.
fine. Game Boy Color being able to play regular Game Boy.
Yes, I will give you that.
Okay.
The Game Boys they were always really good about it because it wasn't until the later 3DSs that they phased out the old games.
Yeah, which kind of sucks because for the love of me, I still have my copy of Final Fantasy Tactics. It's been sitting in that drawer for ages. It has the most perfect save I have ever had. I'm almost done with beating it, but I don't have anything to play it on.
What do you need?
A Game Boy Advance. But I'm probably just going to emulate it and just...
If you ever want to, there's 2 advances over there, and I have a total of 3 SPs. So
I might grab it.
if you ever want to borrow one.
We'll see. I might just emulate it and stream it.
But yeah, the first DS could still do advanced games, and I'm not 100% sure on Game Boy games. I would assume all the Game Boy Colors, advances, like those all did it. But then you get to the GameCube where it was like, okay, you can play the Game Boy Advance games on it, but you still can't play the old cartridge games on it. And none of the cartridge ones could play the old cartridges unless you got a converter thing that was third party.
Yes.
So then you get to the Wii, which could play Game Boy games. But then you get to the Wii U, and not Game Boy, sorry, could play GameCube. Then you get to the Wii U, and they obsolete the GameCube. And then you get to the Switch, which obsoletes everything.
Everything, but now it's digital if you can get it digital.
But you have to buy those digitals. The other problem is your digital library from your Wii U and Wii did not come over to the Switch. I own digital games on my Wii U that I was not able to play on my Switch. It's mostly Castlevania, but that's not the point.
Yeah, I know, right?
And now they're talking next year new hardware, and I'm going, is this new hardware already obsoleting these chips that we have for these games?
Especially when the new
So this isn't for the new hardware.
No, this is for the current hardware. This is a Switch game. Now, we watched the trailer for this, and the textures are a little less than good, let's say.
The main reason we brought this up originally, though.
Real quick, it is War Tank Machine Battle Vehicle Simulator. That is the name of the game. Have fun with that, as you were saying.
The original reason we brought this up is the one other complaint I have when it comes to Nintendo, I should say. Nothing goes on sale.
No, nothing.
And when it goes on sale, it's never really much of a sale.
And also
unless it's a game that looks like this in 2023 on what is considered one of the most...
Dominating?
Yeah, one of the most dominating, one of the most well-selling consoles ever. This game comes out, and this one goes on sale for like 86% off. So it's
$1.40 something cents, but it's just this doesn't. I like the skybox. Skybox looks all right, I guess. It looks like a JPEG.
Yeah, when you're looking at the sun.
Yeah. $1.99. I'm sorry, but
also the coin thing that Nintendo started doing.
The points.
You spend money will give you very small increments of coins that you then get to use towards buying DLCs essentially or cosmetics. I don't know. Don't get me wrong, Xbox does a point system, but you can use that on everything.
Fucking Reboot Camp Advance Wars 1 and 2 for $60. God damn.
Yeah. I liked having my Switch. I never played it because it's like outside of like the fact that I had the membership that let me play the retro games. I didn't own anything for it really. I owned 2 things for it because it's so expensive to buy a fucking game because they never go on sale.
Yeah.
And I know game companies want you to pay full price for games. And, like, games are expensive to make. But the reality is I tend to buy more games for any other console because the prices tend to be better.
This hurts. Like, looking at all these games hurts.
Super Mario Maker came out in 2019. It's still $60. Sorry, Super Mario Maker 2.
Yeah.
Still $60.
Fucking the Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection. Now, don't get me wrong. That's 8 games, if I'm not mistaken.
Plus DLCs.
Well, I think it's just the red and...
It's a game plus DLCs.
I know it says game plus DLCs, but I think the other DLC is just another game. The different color. Yeah. Okay. It's just this one with this version. They're same game, different versions. But even still, 1, 2, 3 again, 4 again, 5 again, 6 again. 10 games. For $60, and I can already tell you, Battle Network 2 is maybe 30 hours.
How do you feel about these packs they do? And this has been a thing on multiple platforms. I've seen it on PlayStation. I've seen it on Xbox. And I bet you anything it's a thing on here. Where they go through and they do, like, we're going to go through and we're going to put every copy of a game, like an older game. Like, we're going to put all the different versions. For instance, Halo. The Master Chief's Collection, how it has every version of Halo that's ever come out. Okay. We're going to do this big pack that's going to be this price. There always ends up being, like, 1 or 2 games in that pack that you actually can't play right because they don't run servers for it anymore or something like that. And it's like you just literally use that to pad the fucking numbers.
Yeah, pretty much. A lot of DLC pack, Cats pack for the puzzle. You can put together puzzles. Captain Tsubasa, okay, good to see that it's still around. Kind of stinks that there's expensive DLC for...
Mostly there's characters.
Beautiful Castles in the World jigsaw puzzle. Wow. Dare to dream.
Do you think people are buying that?
What, puzzles?
Like, do you think people are buying puzzle games that are made by these little, like, not even, like, small gaming companies, probably a single person, not shitting on them for being a single person making a game, like, props to you for doing it. But do you think that, like, this is a legit market where there's a guy out there that made a puzzle game, he gets all these, images he has the rights to use, generates them into the puzzle, sells a puzzle game, and then sells DLCs for more puzzles? Do you think people are buying it?
Yes.
And, like, this guy's actually making enough money that it's worth the time he put in to do it? I don't know anyone that plays a puzzle game like that. What? Oh. That says what it says.
That says what it says, and it's for the Switch. A kid's console. I
mean, to suggest that any console that can do online gaming is exclusively for kids is naive to a parent, I would say.
But a console that's marketed to children.
Joe McHale has a joke where he talks about his kids playing Fortnite. And he goes, I know, don't worry. We got them on something less addictive and dangerous. They're on heroin now.
Fair enough.
And then he goes, it's also cheaper.
Yeah. It's sad but true. Mysterious Retro Games Bundle.
What? Digging through some odd things here now. This is the shit that goes on sale on Nintendo.
Yeah. I mean, the models don't look too bad comparative. It looks creep.
But is there any substance?
It doesn't look like it, no. It does not
like
look like it. No.
This is my issue with Nintendo. We just saw a game that is 4 years old almost that has not decreased in price.
Sean,
that people really didn't buy in the first place because it was a sequel to something that didn't need a sequel. It just needed DLCs.
I'll go up to it.
I bought the first...
Where the fuck did it go?
Mario Maker. I did not buy the second.
Did it disappear between me looking at it and not looking at it? They're gone. It disappeared.
Keep going then. Okay, when you loaded more results, did it get rid of the previous results above?
No.
Because it wasn't this low. So it was up
above.
It
wasn't this low. It was about here.
So
it was right above She Wants to Be Dead.
No, keep going.
Up or down?
There's got to be some way to go back. I'm telling you, we're missing stuff.
Okay, hang on.
Yeah, see? It is getting rid of the old ones when we go too far.
Well, how do we get back to the originals?
I don't know. I gotta start the deal page over.
Okay, fine.
And then...
Okay, hang on. It's trying to refresh everything. Oh, my God.
Their website a little jank.
My stomach hurts.
Their website a little rough.
There we go. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, see? It was... To be able to load more, it was unloading the others.
That's really busted. That's not JavaScript. That's like...
Did you hear about the train station in some
There
country
it
that was running
is.
off of Java?
There it is. Hold on. I just want to know if they're going to release if they are going to showcase any of this. Okay.
Oh my god, okay, you have to age verify. So there's 2 DLCs coming out for Scarlet and Violet. I have been out of the Pokemon game for a very long time.
Okay.
I did kind of really get into what's it called?
Very anatomically incorrect, but
Toes look weird.
that's why I said and also where her neck do.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen some people have too much neck, so maybe they took it from her. So I did really get into Arceus, but like I haven't really played Pokemon since the original Sapphire, not the re-release of Sapphire.
Yeah.
Lauren did buy the re-release of Sapphire for me, but she always had the console, so I never got to play it, which was funny to me. She always carried the DS with her everywhere. She took it to work.
Oh.
So I was like, hey, I can't play it. Yeah, so when you say there's DLCs coming out to Scarlet and Violet, is it new to have DLCs for a Pokemon game? Is this a new thing, or have they done it with previous incarnations of Pokemon games?
Did they do it with Sun and Moon?
Because I didn't play any of those, so I don't know.
They did it with Sword and Shield. They did one.
Okay. And what do these DLCs entail? And are they actually...
Well, Scarlet and Violet one, we briefly touched on.
And are they like viable and worth it?
Yes. Hang on, I'll put it up on the screen. Oh. So
It snaps back to the previous Nintendo page.
So Scarlet and Violet both have their hidden treasure of Area Zero, new Pokemon variances, it seems.
Okay.
New clothing, and then a beautiful entertainment district.
Okay.
They talk about it. There are little scenes where you see this location on like a little picture, like a travel brochure style thing, and say, "Hey, come here if you're wanting." So the Teal Mask is set for release on fall 2023. Release date subject to change. I'm glad they put that there, because just in case something happens, it's good to have the whole thing of could change. The Indigo Disc is winter, so one for the fall, one for the winter. So immediate. I do like the Indigo Disc. Looks very futuristic. Yeah, okay. And then they showcase a few of the...
I don't like it.
The newer Pokemon.
Why do they look like that? It's like that meme. It's cute when you color your Pikachu. It's not so cute when you color your Machop. Machoke.
Yeah. And then familiar Pokemon return.
Okay, bringing some that haven't been into the game yet. Okay.
Miltank the Tank. I forget. Meowstic the Stare.
Okay, that's kind of a cool thing. Okay, the Pokemon that weren't in this region when we launched the game, some were coming with DLC.
Yeah.
I mean, but with Pokebox, you could do that anyways. Pokebox still around?
The what? Oh, I think so.
Okay, so...
I mean,
I don't know. How much is the DLC?
Ooh, purchase now. Sure. 20? $35. $35 for a DLC. Oh, it does it include both? Hold on. Does it include both? If it includes both, and there's 2-part DLC, so it's both DLCs. So you get the one for fall and you get the one for winter.
So it's $17.50.
$17.50
per DLC.
Yes.
That feels high for what is a glorified, I'm sorry, a glorified mobile game. Game Boys were the original concept of mobile games. Don't get me wrong, they do a lot more than what you have on your phone. But all they've done is taken their mobile game and moved it onto your home console because they're trying to get you to take your home console on the go.
Yes.
So that...
And that's each. If you have both and you want to get both because you're that kind of person, that's $70.
How much was Pokemon Yellow when it first came out?
50.
Was it really?
Yes.
I'm just curious. Because, dear Lord, reload one more time and I'm going to frickin' find you.
Your phone's been acting up lately. What's up?
Right now, it's probably here.
Oh, yeah, because we're up in a box that has only one thing trying to grab internet. And it's this computer that's streaming this right now. Hee-hoo.
So everyone and their mother is talking about how much the game's worth now, which is not what I typed into Google.
Oh, that is delicious. I love Snowberry. Snowberry is a delicious flavor.
Also, some of the people are absolutely insane when they say the prices on this game, because this game is not a $2,000 game.
It's just because now there's so many less copies that aren't in some dusty attic, you know?
I mean, this guy's saying, okay, loose 57. That I can believe more.
Yeah.
If you have the manual, that's worth $17. I don't remember mine coming in a box. I'm pretty sure I was just handed the cartridge.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I can't find the original price, so we'll say that you were probably right with 50. I mean, I've seen some of the ads for some old school games, and a lot of them were in the 50, 60 range. It's not a new concept to take video games to the $60 range. That's not new.
No.
It's been done before. It's been around for some time.
It's just taking its sweet fucking time.
It was more than 100 here on release. The yellow, the cartridge for, like...
Oh, okay. Oh, boy. What year did...
You're telling me this was $100 when it came out brand new in the 90s in New Zealand?
Yeah.
That's wild.
Here, hold on. I'll zoom it in. Boop. Go ahead and show it if you want to show it. Yeah.
I also got this.
And the Pikachu with not Celebi, Togepi and Jigglypuff on the
You know what's wild is I got this years after getting this. I was already in Game Boy, well into the Game Boy Advances by the time I got this.
So so it's 1998. So we'll do a 1999 KB Toys ad.
You might want to include Pokemon.
Get the load. Oh, load, you fuck ass.
Seek you fool.
Okay. $30 on sale.
Okay, on sale. This is a year after it came out.
This is a year after
it's on sale.
Ish. Hold on, let me.
Back when Nintendo apparently did sales.
And $100 for an N64 Atomic Purple.
Also, you realize this thing was only $80 roughly then? Okay, well that's regular Game Boy colors.
That's regular, so we'll figure.
This one was probably
100.
Okay, and red and blue were 30.
Yep, and they did. No, wait a minute. This is before then. Because look, reserve your copy today. This was new.
And you also get a $5 KB toy gift certificate with your game when your game comes.
But wait, you have to put down a $10 deposit. That's funny.
That's fine.
Jet Force Gemini. Yes.
Oh wait, hey,
$40 for the Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, the old Star Wars one too.
Speaking of which, Rogue Squadron is going to be
Games with Gold grabbed it.
Yeah, okay.
It's actually it's not Rogue Squadron. It's the pod racing one.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, it's pod racing one.
Then that's not what I heard, because I heard Rogue Squadron is getting an update for something.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, because I just grabbed the pod racing one for free. Oh no, it wasn't Games with Gold. It was Epic Store.
Oh.
Epic Store.
Actually, hang on.
Maybe it was Games with Gold. Now I don't know. I've been claiming so many free games lately between Games with Gold and Epic Store that they're blurring.
Yeah, everything's blurring. Sorry about showing everyone what's going on Twitch right now.
we're Twitch streaming Twitch.
We're Twitch streaming Twitch. I mean, that's what some other Twitch streamers do.
Okay, Sock says the latest Scarlet was 100 there. That's still rough.
Oh, that is very rough. Well, $100 AUD goes to something else. But yeah, Rogue Squadron 3D.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I don't have a computer to play on, but that's cool.
I'll probably load it down. Oh, this person's just starting out on Genshin. Ooh, I feel sorry for you, buddy. I wish you all of the luck, and don't spend too much money. Bye!
So back to what we were talking though, like so that also just goes to show how much the price is. Don't get me wrong, inflation's a thing. The U.S. dollar now versus the U.S. dollar in '99 is vastly different. But what they're charging for a DLC is what the price of a full game used to be.
Wow. Some of these you'd be lucky to look at.
Or head fart.
I had most of those on that list except for Rugrats and I don't know what the fuck that is. Oh wait, I could just blow it up. What am I doing? Show me picture.
Ooh, damn.
That is
good.
cool.
Yeah, good resolution.
Paperboy.
Paperboy.
I rented that one.
So I had like the original Paperboy for like the game, not the Game Boy, the NES.
Okay, so that's some NFL acclaimed quarterback. Yoshi Story I loved.
Yoshi Story we rented.
Destruction Derby was okay. NFL Blitz 2000, one of my favorite games. Rainbow Six, it's fine. It'll do. F-Zero X, it'll do again. Probably one of my favorite versions of Mute City, the music of. I was going
to show you. I still have my copy of GoldenEye also.
And then there's more games on the. Yeah, I know. I saw. There's more games on the left. Warrior Land 2. I prefer Warrior Land 3 for the. I think it was just Game Boy Color. So I think Warrior Land 3 was hard.
What's your holy grail of an old game you want to find?
I mean,
I found one of my holy grails recently of old media. I'll show you when we go downstairs. But what's your holy grail of of an old game?
If
you could get a hold of it, whether you have to have it, like not them remaking it and you playing it, but like an original copy of Final Fantasy VII.
Maybe.
I've seen those in the wild.
I've seen those also in the wild. But I want the jewel case. I want the original styling of it. Not a fucking reproduction. I don't want reproduction. I want original.
That one?
Yeah, that one.
$2,000. That's a good one. That's a good pick.
That's a good pick. But with the way things are right now, that's not Final Fantasy VII.
So
that's not Final Fantasy VII at all. How dare you lie to me?
You know what I would want?
There's an extra line there, buddy.
You know what I would want, and it's not even a game. And I've seen them in the wild, but the price is probably intense.
Okay.
The Pokemon N64.
Okay, yeah, you might have
the yellow one.
Yeah.
The power button was the ball. I think the power button was the ball.
Okay.
That one would be pretty good.
So this is a reproduction because it says contents, choose from drop-down menu, disc condition, scratch-free, tested, and cleaned. So this is a reproduction. A greatest hits version for $20. I would be okay. I'd be okay with $20 for a greatest hits reproduction. That one's fine because it is sent by Sony, worked by SquareSoft. I believe it has mild changes, if any, and they just send it out. It was. What are they fucking... I mean, the greatest hits was like, hey, it's a game that everybody loves at a lower cost.
Yeah, so, for instance, the best way I heard it put, Tony Hawk was asked in an interview how much money he made off of the Tony Hawk Pro Skater games, Underground games, and all that. Mm-hmm. And he goes, the best way I can put this is I was in LA at one time at the same time that my contact over at... Was it Activision?
Activision and Neversoft.
Yeah, his contact over at Activision was, and he's like, hey, let's meet for lunch. They sit down, and they were working on the new game. It was number 3 or 4 or something like that in it. And the guy goes, so what we're doing is we're putting the old ones on the greatest hits or the platinum or whatever version they were running
hits.
at that
That was
time.
the other one. Yeah.
And they go, so the concept of it is to take a game we've already made our money on. We're going to sell it at a lower price so that people that want to play the new one have a chance to jump in on the old ones.
That's fair.
Leading up to it.
Yeah.
And then he slid over a $7 million check.
Tony to them or them to Tony?
Them to Tony.
Oh, as one does.
And Tony's like, those games changed my life.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean that's what the greatest hits, the platinum hits. Same thing like when they do game of the year, like they did the game of the year for the Fallout games, but when they did it so much later on that their game of the year version was like Fallout 3 with all the DLCs and New Vegas with all the DLCs, but they sold them dirt fucking cheap. I mean, they were cheap. They were the price of like what the DLCs altogether would have cost you when it was brand new. Mm-hmm. You know, I remember I bought one of those for like $15 fucking dollars. You know, like so that's your white whale.
That's getting an original copy would be great.
I've seen them.
There's a few that are a little bit out there that would be a little bit strange just to get my hands on. There's the cartridge version of Final Fantasy VII.
What did that come out
on? It was a beta test for the it was a console, but it was all prototype. Everything was prototype.
Okay.
And it didn't run well. It didn't run at all.
Gotcha.
So I don't even know if there's any like copies of it.
It's wild to me that we've gone from cartridges being the thing that almost killed Nintendo because of them and Sony not working out.
Yeah.
And so they're running.
Doom 64 sucks. I'm not gonna lie or sugarcoat.
Yeah, they were still running 64 when the PlayStation was launching.
They released about the same time.
Was it?
The 94 to 95, yeah. Actually, I think PlayStation launched first.
Okay, so because they were supposed to do a console together, then Sony was like, you know what? We're going to dip, and went and did their own.
Yeah, let's see here. PlayStation 1 was July 7, 2000? Oh, well, that's Japan, probably.
Okay. So, no, the 64 then...
Nah, it was 1994. 1996?
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, they're still making new games for the 64 well into the existence of the PlayStation because the GameCube doesn't come out until 2003.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Check. I'm curious.
Hang on. We gotta hydrate.
Oh.
Delicious. Oh yeah, the bug spittle.
Thanks.
So you said GameCube release date?
Yeah.
2001.
Okay, so I was a couple years off. So they wait a full year into the existence of the PlayStation before they launch a disc console. You said 2000 for the PlayStation, didn't you?
Mm-mm.
What did you say?
1994.
I could have swore you said something was 2000.
No, this thing.
You said something was 2000.
Did I?
Whatever. Okay, so PlayStation comes out, and it takes them 7 years then to get into what PlayStation is doing. Sticking to the N64 for as long as they did almost killed them.
Yes.
And now it's kind of like they've rewritten things because they go 3 years of...
Oh, did I do PlayStation 2? I did PlayStation 2. I'm sorry.
Okay. They do 3 years of... Or not 3 years, but 3 renditions of discs. But they realize, the format no longer really matters. It's the ingenuity that we're coming out with. Because while the GameCube did okay, it didn't do great, the Wii fucking destroyed because it was the first one to do the motion thing right. Wii U was kind of their stepping stone to get to the Switch. It didn't do great, but now the Switch is just fucking obliterated. So it's really wild for me that they have been able to go back to the thing essentially that almost killed them because these run off of chips, which are just glorified cartridges.
Yeah.
That's just the new technology of a cartridge. So Nintendo has gone back to cartridges again. But it's also great because you're not going to scratch it.
No.
Granted, I haven't scratched a disc in years, but...
And you're not going to eat it because it has a very terrible tasting agent on them that lasts for years.
When did the Xbox come out?
2002. Let's find out. Xbox. I'll just do, I guess, release date. 2001.
So it comes out the same time as the GameCube.
Yeah. And you get a lot of really good classics from the Xbox.
Introduction of Halo.
Introduction Gears of War. Or did they go until 360?
What, Gears?
Yeah.
Gears might have been 360.
Okay.
But Fable.
Fable.
Fear.
Fear.
Which I do believe was on PlayStation also, but
Still.
being able to hold that game while GameCube probably couldn't.
Forza. Forza was on the original.
Was it?
Yep.
Okay.
Everything here is just
It's what's funny about
Jet
that.
Set Radio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chat's talking about blowing on those cartridges. It's funny is actually if you read any of the material that they started shipping out with it, they said not to because they're worried about your spit rusting it.
Which
We all still do it.
Yeah.
I even got in there with a fucking Q-tip a few times.
and alcohol.
I never did the alcohol.
I did alcohol.
Stay away from my cartridges with that shit.
Doesn't hurt them. Okay. Oh, these are
Yeah, these
currents.
are coming new ones. You'd probably have to do original Xbox.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that.
Remember the commercials for it? It was like there was almost like there was a monster inside the box, and like that's how the scratches happen to make the X. Yeah, I think Halo was one of the big things that like was why the Xbox worked.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Psychonauts.
Psychonauts was good, but then again, it was also on PC. So I don't know. But Microsoft. That was when Microsoft actually grabbed Double Fine, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Also, is like they've always been smart in the fact that they're both, and Sony's never been that. Nintendo's never been that. So.
Oh, here we go. Perfect. I saw Binks on there. Fucking
Oh, yeah,
Binks,
Binks
the Time
was
Sweeper.
huge, yeah.
I like Binks.
Yeah, Binks was a huge one.
Let's see, real quick, just real quick. Crimson Sea or Crimson Sea and Crimson Skies, sure. Yeah, Forza Motorsport right there. Fusion Frenzy.
Oh yeah,
Like
I had
Fusion-
that.
I like Fusion Frenzy.
It was a Games with Gold thing, so I have it digitally.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Ninja Gaiden Black, sure. Probably one of the best looking games for the OG Xbox.
But that wasn't exclusive, was it? You could get those over on PlayStation, couldn't you?
Mm-mm.
No?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No, fucking, I keep forgetting. It's not just Tecmo. Team Ninja. Team Ninja was with, not distinctly with, but they were working more with Microsoft. The Shin Megami Tensei, sure. And the Rainbow Six game I never heard about before.
Okay, so am I crazy? Was Halo not till the 360 era? Because Halo's not on this list.
Halo is not on this. Oh, I think because it was also released on computer. That's why it says Xbox only games.
Maybe, yeah.
Um.
I'm gonna go look now.
Okay. You go look now. I'm gonna go on to the next thing because I like this kind of shit. So we were just talking about how criticisms really mean a lot, and if it isn't meant for you, then it just kind of breaks away. But this thing has been kind of just on the ears. You know, some people will talk about it, and I just want to talk about Doom 2 RPG port for the mobile. It's on mobile. It's distinctly on iPhone. And this person reverse engineered it and made a kind of interesting port for computers to allow for their tiny GL, which has it doesn't require a very strong PC. You can have an Arduino with a little small computer chip in there. A 1 gigahertz little processor can run this thing no problem. You could probably run this thing on a Texas Instruments T81.
I have one of those in the garage.
Do you really?
I don't know if it's T81, but I have one of the Texas Instruments ones, yeah.
But even still, an RPG in the Doom 2 style setting, I am here for it. It even has like some breweries type of thing, so that way you can help fix it. Gets a benchmark in case you need to get benchmark. Gives you all the keys, items, and weapons in case you have to figure some things out. Gives you both the iOS version and the PC version, so that way you can help fix this thing. There's even a debug menu so that we can crawl into the guts of the machine and help fix it from the inside. So far, it looks kind of interesting. A little, what do they fucking call it? Might and Magic-esque, where it seems to be... it's a port that took a while.
There's a reason we never see Doom Guy.
There was a reason why we didn't, but I'm interested.
It's kind of cool. Yeah, it's definitely interesting.
Yeah. Just search up Doom 2 RPG port. It'll be one of the first links. Quick, simple, easy. Some people have already talked about it, but I figured I'd put a little more light on it.
So to go back to the Halo thing, the original is actually called Halo Combat Evolved.
Yes.
2001, made by Bungie, before Bungie went on to do other things and break away from working with Microsoft just to sell themselves to Sony, whatever.
Well, now they're independent again, but...
Are they? Because I thought Sony still owned them through that deal they bought them.
Nope. To what I know, they're independent. Because they're working on a project that's going to be released on everything.
Is your phone doing something?
Oh, my alarm to take my medicine.
Okay. Well, it did release on the original Xbox, but that was the problem that we were thinking. It also released on Windows, Mac OS X, and then eventually the 360. And now I do believe it's available through probably the Master Chief Collection.
It is.
Stuff like that. So.
Yeah, because I played it through that for the first time.
I decided I was going to play them in chronological order. And so you play one of the tactical ones first. That's actually the
Halo Wars.
Yeah, it's actually Halo Wars 2 is actually
Before Halo Wars?
Before everything else. It's before everything.
Was it before ODST? Because ODST is before all that.
Yeah, I think it's before all that too.
I
kind of wanted the story, and I was like, I have time to kill, and then I didn't get very far into Tactical Wars because it's got one of the world's longest fucking
openings.
Teaches you how to play the game.
Tutorials.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Speaking of interesting tutorials in a game, I played a game recently called Ravenlock. A woman with raven hair, or a girl with raven hair, gets pulled into a mirror and kind of.
Oh my god! It's through the Looking Glass.
Yes.
That's the fucking Red Queen.
Yes.
I watched this entire trailer and it just now clicked.
Yes. So it kind of gives a little bit of Through the Looking Glass, Alice in Wonderland vibes, and it's okay. It once again, it is one of those things of the criticism of it's not built for me. Mm-hmm. I didn't mind it. Is it something I'm going to crawl back into? Maybe a little bit. They give you a lot of side quests.
All the different contrasting artworks was a really interesting thing to me, and that kind of caught my attention a little bit, where it's like she does not fit this world at all.
But there's so many different variants of body type, because then there's like a Clockwork Beast that has way too many visual art style comparatives.
It was very interesting.
Him looks way too clear.
But then also look at how different the environment is too.
Yeah, and then one of the first bosses you fight is literally like a pinata looking one.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
Yeah, I didn't mind it, but we'll see. So we like our mobile games, and one that celebrated its 10-year anniversary, AFK Arena, not sponsored.
Pending. Wait, no.
Yeah, I mean, if they want to support us, by all means, I wouldn't mind helping them out, because it's a good time sink.
I've never played it.
It does, of course, a whole bunch of the idle things where when you're not playing it, it earns you stuff so that you can spend them for leveling up your characters.
Yeah.
Cool. AFK Arena kind of does it to where you can. There's a lot of characters, so you want to make sure that your teams are built proper, etc. Having a 10-year anniversary means all of their stuff. This is not their only game that they have come out with. This group at Lilith. Yes, Lilith Games. They've released a whole bunch. But they released a trailer not too long ago showcasing all of them and saying, even though this is not AFK Arena's 10th year, this is our complete 10th year, and thank you guys for following us along with all of it. Mm-hmm. On that trailer, in the comments, Age of Heroes, Raid Shadow Legends, all of these other...
Oh, wait. Okay, we didn't get screamed at about it. Okay.
Raid Shadow Legends. But all these other mobile companies saying, "Hey, congratulations! Hey, good work on this. Also, if you like this game, check out ours." Mm-hmm. And they were thumbed up by Lilith Games, AFK Arena, and I'm like, where is this kind of fucking community at? Where
You get it sometimes though. So we've talked about this before, how there's some communities like this that are amazing, where Xbox did their whole or Microsoft did their whole post about no matter where you play, or it's video game day, and like that it's great to have you guys here. We all have something in common, and they post the X button, and Nintendo's like, yeah, and then PlayStation was a dick, and I was like, that's a cross.
That's a cross.
But you do get that because like Nintendo's like, yeah, that like they're all for it. They're not just being like shitty. They're like, yeah, video games, it's fun.
And also, a lot of
it's playing music.
It's playing very Christmassy music. Where
the webpage itself, I think.
Okay, well there I muted it. There's a lot of fan art that looks actually really fucking good. Let me blow this. Oh god damn it!
Listen, I can draw stick figures.
Yeah, but I mean, like I actually really like.
Poorly.
Oh, that sucks. So some of their websites don't work. That's a bit of a bummer. Yeah, just some of their art pieces, just our fan art, just thrown at them. Collect unique heroes.
I need more fan art of the redhead witch, please. Thank you.
Oh, I think her name was Lola. But yeah, no, it continuously gets updates. It has pretty good crossovers. It had Ezio and Ivor, female Ivor.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, cool. A little bit later, they threw in fucking Markiplier as the tavern keep for a temporary time. Him and his dog Chica.
He's like one of the only ones that I don't hate out of like the Let's Players now.
Yeah, he's.
I don't watch his stuff. I actually never have watched his stuff.
No.
But he's like one of the only ones that didn't turn out to be a terrible person.
Yeah. He's one of the few.
I was looking up earlier today. I was trying to find something to just listen to while working, and I was like, "What are like the top shows on YouTube?" Which led to like, here's the top YouTube originals from when they did YouTube. Right? I'm like, not what I'm looking for. What are the top shows on YouTube? And it was all just streamers. Like let's players or like Mr. Beast, and I was like, none of this is what I wanted. I was looking for something a little more.
I think I might have something for you.
Okay.
Not the store. I want the YouTube channel. So this is called Official Duck Studios, and they're just 3 guys that do somewhat foolish things.
Okay.
Gun safety third. Yeah, a little bit of a, but they do it out in the middle of nowhere where no one else will be hurt. So it's not like they're endangering anyone.
Did I send you the TikTok of the guy with the sword?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I split the bullet.
So that's what we were trying to do. I made 2 bullets. Ain't nobody ever gonna see this video, man.
Yeah. But they do stupid stuff.
Okay.
Like he admits, Reese, the bearded one up top, the one on the right, has admitted that he, during a drunk stream, had Joey, I believe his brother from another mother, maybe, I don't know, was in a room opposite a couple doors. Okay. And he says, how many doors can a dull crossbow bolt, go through?
Okay.
And
don't try this at home.
Of course he said that. But Joey did not get behind very much. So he got shot in the gut. Good news, I believe no major punctures.
Okay.
But it was just the fact that a drunk stream led to that.
Okay. I will definitely check out their channel.
Yeah.
I was looking for something talky because I was gonna be working.
Then I think you're gonna
I can't look.
Then I think you're gonna like both of their AI generated food mistakes. They do like, of course, they're going to be a little yuck it up in a specific character. Like I believe in number 2, he puts on a hillbilly. I forget his name, but he puts on a hillbilly outfit and he says, "Welcome to Fuzzencuckers."
Hey, if this makes sense, this is the best way I can describe kind of what I was looking for today. Not that it had to be car centric at all. So keep that portion out of your head.
Car.
This is the best example of what I was looking for.
Car. Okay.
Something Top Gear-esque.
Okay.
With the way like the 3 of them would talk to each other, just without like all the controversies that Top Gear has.
Okay. Then you might like some of their early stuff.
Okay.
Some of their limo camper stuff. less talky, more explainy, because they are trying to renovate a very old limo that they got for super dirt cheap into a luxury camper with like a pull-out kitchen, a flat screen TV.
You know what's hilarious about that?
Stop.
I saw a limo today for sale on the side of the road.
Okay.
A white one. And I
Okay.
stopped and went, I am all for restoring an old car, but I have no idea what I would do with an old limo because I'm not going to start a limo company, and no current limo company is going to buy my old limo. Sean, we will talk about it later.
Yeah.
But now you're telling me these guys are making what the fuck? That's
Yeah.
a dick.
Yeah. So like they like Reese actually had enough money to buy random bullshit off of Instagram.
I did watch.
I would
There's a
love to have that
channel on here
cash.
called Donut, and they do a bunch of car stuff. They
Yeah.
bought tools from Wish to see how well they worked, and they had one that was like, actually, this is pretty good, but the rest were crap.
Yeah, that is kind of what he did with it. Yeah. Okay, I remember who we were talking about.
Yeah, and theirs is pretty good. But again, like a lot of like theirs, like I watched that one today, but like a lot of that is like, okay, sometimes you got to look,
Yeah.
and I'm working, so I can't. It's got to be audible.
Okay.
It got to be very
Gotta-
audio based.
vocal.
Stuff like that is great for when I'm home, and I will 110% watch their channel and check out their channel when I'm home. But yeah, I was looking for something kind of talky.
Yeah, these guys talk a little too much, but in a good way.
Okay.
My old videos were unhinged,
Like the same thing with like Good Mythical Morning. It's fucking hilarious. I love it. I love the two guys,
but very visual.
but it's very visual.
Yeah.
So
Unless it's like one of their eat this flavor of X rate gut check, like their gut checks where they eat every flavor of something.
Huh.
You know, I don't need to know like, oh, it's Ben and Jerry ice cream. I don't need to watch them eat the food. Sure, I'll listen to it, but I get your point.
So yeah, it was one of those like sad moments of when I was like, what are the top things?
See what I mean?
Why?
Because they can.
Why?
Because they can.
But it's one of those things like what I was originally saying, like what originally led to all this is, I looked like what are the top things on like top channels on YouTube and whatnot. And it was like, okay, Watch Mojo, yeah, that's great, that's fine. Deep frying a gun. Okay.
Deep frying a gun.
Interesting.
Heating up a gun. Yeah, like some of it. Just
what happens if you try to bake the cookie from cookie dough ice cream? That's actually kind of interesting.
yeah.
That one's interesting. But no, it was really sad because it was like Watch Mojo, okay, cool. It was Markiplier, cool. Good Mythical Morning, cool. But then it was PewDiePie. It was a few other channels like that. And I'm just like, no, and also not what I'm looking for.
Taser oven.
I also realized I can no longer look categories on my app. I can't figure out categories on the YouTube app now.
Oh, I click trending, and when you click trending, it breaks it down there.
No, look.
That's there. Get the fuck out of here. Okay, so then we would go.
Story starts playing the little things off the bat.
There we go, up top.
That's if you look at all that. That's a lot of that's connected to things that I've already searched.
Okay.
It's not until deep that you start getting news, recently uploaded, watched.
News to you, send feedback. Okay.
So the YouTube app works way different than it used to, and I kind of don't like that. But let's I do love Good Mythical Morning, Sean. And their TikTok videos are great too. Game Grumps isn't too bad, also.
When Aaron isn't completely unhinged, or when he is completely unhinged.
Yes.
Because I love Aaron. I would love to meet him. I would love to have a what I guess we could call a conversation. But it
would just be the two of you fucking making high-pitched autistic noises at each other.
Yes.
Like,
I wouldn't mind that.
I don't mean that in a negative way either.
No,
you
that's
guys would totally understand and have a blast.
Oh yeah.
It's just that's what it would be.
Oh god, yeah.
So.
And I mean, I would also like to have a talk with Danny. Danny is great.
Yep.
Danny seems like he would just be a really. So this is also Socks and I
Coins again.
Socks and I watch the 10-minute Power Hour.
Yeah.
Every other Monday if we can catch it. She doesn't like when Aaron eats things. She does not like when Aaron eats things. She does not like. Yeah.
With the fucking
M&M's in the
mouth
mouth
thing.
guard.
Yeah.
Mmm.
Oh god. That's just making my teeth hurt watching that.
More! And then he crunches
Yeah.
on the chips.
I gotta move on.
Oh, yeah.
That's... Alright, back into gaming news.
But something I know my mother's going to like a little bit later, but Fall Guys has now a creative construction, so you can create your own maps.
I'm actually really excited for this.
And yeah, I am actually kind of excited for it too, but it makes me wonder how it gets selected for this kind of thing.
So I would assume you can probably play people's maps with like a code type of thing. But I bet you anything they're going to have some kind of community-based voting thing for ones that actually get used in regular games.
So similar to Fortnite.
Probably.
Okay.
That's the only way I can see this working right.
Yeah. Fall Guys Creative is a game-changing way to experience the Blunderdome. And we're so excited about it that all future rounds made by Mediatonic Team will also be made with the tool too. Okay. With the new editor, you can finally design the round of your dreams.
Okay. So they're going to use the same tool that we're using to make rounds. Okay.
Yeah. With over 50 Mediatonic made rounds throughout the season, with 20 available at launch via solos in the show selector. So yeah, they are going to use the program of which they are going to continuously use. Like Valve using the Source Filmmaker to make all their TF2 stuff, which apparently one guy is working on one. He says it's going to be about an hour long. It's going to be a full-length feature. Okay. I was like, for TF2?
We're going to find out more about the teleporter giving everybody cancer.
No, that only harms bread, not people. I don't. Long story, very long story. But I
love their reaction when they cut the bread in half.
So with the season pass with it, I know 2 people in chat are going to be a little bit happy about it. It will introduce a pigeon headgear as well as Hello Kitty. It looks very strange, but it is just, of course.
I was waiting.
Yeah, it is just, of course, odd to look at because it's
yes.
What is a fall guy, I guess, placed into the shell of Hello Kitty. Looks fine.
Yeah, he's wearing a mascot costume.
Yeah.
It's like, not Price is Right, but the other one.
Not Pressure Luck.
Let's make a deal.
Let's make a deal! But yeah, Hello Kitty is a part of next seasonal pass, and I believe it just started.
So with the Fall Guys thing, is it possible for you to unlock stuff on the season pass that without paying, or is that completely locked behind paying?
Probably,
because I've realized recently getting back into Rocket League that it's kind of shitty. You can no longer earn enough points on the free season pass. You can't earn points on the free season pass at all anymore to unlock some of the paid content.
Right.
You can only unlock the points on the paid season pass, and even then it's not enough to buy all the current stuff. You'd have to still buy more currency. After having paid for a season pass.
Yes. I believe that it is, you get 2 tiers. You get the minor stuff up top, and of course the paid down below. So you probably have to pay for like the more premium stuff. So probably the Hello Kitty one is probably going to be the pay one.
I mean, don't get me wrong, they got to make their money.
While this one, probably free.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, they got to make their money. But at the same time, I kind of feel like there's something to be said about the games where, like, if you fucking try hard enough,
you can get it
if
yourself.
you log enough fucking hours, it's yours.
I mean, Fortnite kind of does that if you own Save the World. Every day you get free stuff.
They used to do it for Rocket League.
They did used to do it for Rocket League, and then they realized that they were making 0 money, so they decided to pull that back a little bit, which... fair, but kind of rude.
Yeah, but now you can't, like for instance, they just dropped all the Star Wars ones.
Yeah.
None of those are free.
Nope.
They're also not part of the season pass.
Yep.
So
they're on their own. You
can unlock about 900 of the currency by completing the entire paid season pass, which is enough to buy 1 piece out of that set with 100 credits left over.
Yeah. That's... Yeah. You want it bad enough, you'll put the money up.
Yeah, I don't want it bad enough.
That's
I accepted the free banner that's Star Wars themed and moved on.
Yeah, fair enough then.
All right, what we got next? We ran late.
We did ran late. So,
not like we really have anything to do, but still.
Yeah. So, to those who know me, I like my first-person shooters, and I liked Outlaws. This seems to use the exact graphic engine for Outlaws. a 2D sprite walking toward you menacingly with a gun, but with a little bit more
He's just standing there. Menacingly.
It is.
It's very hokey.
It is
cartoon.
60s. It is 60s cartoon with a little bit of gore and flat animations.
Tex Avery's not the right term.
No,
but it's close to that era.
This is pre-Tex Avery. Because
I don't think you realize how old Tex Avery is.
I acknowledge that, and I do know what he's worked on, but this is a little bit before his time too.
Okay.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, but it's old school Mickey post Steamboat Willie.
Post Steamboat Willie, pre
Silly Symphony.
Talkies. Yeah. Talkies. Pre-Talkies.
No, they talked a little bit in Steamboat.
It
was mostly screams and
It was
stuff.
mostly screams and grumbles. Yeah, it was the Popeye mentality.
Yeah, so I would say post Steamboat, pre Silly Symphony. Popeye is actually probably a good example.
Popeye would probably be a good example.
I actually just recently saw this really interesting video about Popeye and how they did the backgrounds. They would actually build full like models for the backgrounds in some of the Popeye episodes, and then he would be painted on these glass pieces so that the camera could actually move past these built models rather than the Hanna-Barbera style of like just the sheet that's spinning of the same background.
Yeah.
They built an entire little like town and shit. So that you have this 3D background to your 2D character. It's a really interesting video I just saw the other day. I'm going to have to send it to you.
That is actually kind of interesting. But this game kind of interested.
I need to see a little more. But,
yeah, 1930s inspired cartoon rubber hose animation style.
Okay, and so 1930s, Tex Avery would have been...
I want to say Tex Avery was 45, 50,
So.
1950-ish. Like, I love Tex Avery style animations. It's just...
I guess one of the big differences is that Tex was in color also.
I think he started with black and white.
Did he?
I think he helped out with Betty Boop. But that was help. I don't know if as far as production.
Yeah. So they actually... Initially, he started at Winkler Pictures in 28 to 29.
Okay, that's probably about the Betty Boop time.
Then went on to other stuff later on. MGM, when he started working for MGM, that was 41.
Okay, then yeah, that's when Tex Avery started getting his own
Like
little
the
corner.
bigger stuff, yeah.
Yeah. I like Tex Avery. When they did the Tex Avery show, I would actually get hyped for it because Tex Avery was just a good animator.
Tex Avery or Chuck Jones?
Ooh, Tex Avery.
Tex Avery.
Yeah. They're both good.
Yeah.
But Tex Avery takes it. Just because I can only name a couple bad Tex Avery cartoons while there's a lot of Chuck Jones.
I think the problem with me loving Chuck Jones so much is that I put too much credence in things that weren't Chuck. And that would be the voices, which are Mel.
Mel Brooks was an
No.
amazing...
Blanc, not Brooks.
Oh, thank you. But even still, he was a fine voice actor.
Yeah. This looks interesting. I want to follow it more. I want to see what these finished worlds look like.
Yeah.
And see if they fix that machine gun.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
that's rough.
Because, yeah, it was very jittery. Any other gaming things?
I think that's it.
Ba-da-ba, shoe news and glasses news. So, every other week, I would see this pair of shoes, and it was like guesses. It was concept art. It was bits and pieces. Now we finally have the finale. Doritos and the Nike SB Dunk Lows. So, to those who don't know, Doritos is a Mexican-style beverage, mostly clear soda in different flavors. My favorite being the lime flavor. Which one do you like?
Tamarind.
Tamarind?
Yeah.
There's a whole slew of flavors as well as like a pretty okay fruit punch.
Yeah, most of them are actually really good. I think I even like their
Pineapple?
grapefruit one.
I don't like the pineapple. Their pineapple taste.
I don't remember the pineapple, so I probably didn't like it. Probably wasn't wasn't enough to leave a lasting impression. So.
Yeah. Not their best, but not their worst, maybe, just because it's like there's probably
Something's got to come at the bottom of the list. Doesn't mean it's the worst thing I've ever had.
Yeah. But their shoes, very neatly wrapped in a pretty good-looking tan canvas with a green canvas swoosh on what looks just to be a regular matte white.
Yeah.
I like it. I love this design.
It's simple, but it also is very on brand.
It is very on brand.
It's got the jug pouring out of the back. It's got the colors of the bottles on the bottom of the shoe.
Yeah.
It's got the jugs on the tongue.
This looks clean. It also has some clothing that has been hinted at as well. It took a while for this to reach this show because I've been like, do I talk about it? Do I want to talk about it? And
I'm glad you waited until we had the full thing.
The concept art looked a little rough, and this I'm happy with. I'm glad they took a while. The tan canvas looks scratchy like the blanket you get stuck with that at the sleepover.
Wait, you guys got blankets at your sleepovers?
And I just curled up my arms and just...
Yeah, I used the pillow cushions.
Oh, buddy. But these don't look bad. There's a full set of collection. $130 over on, I believe it is just straight up on Nike. Yeah, May 10th. So it just dropped.
Good shit.
Good shit. Spadoop. So not really pop culture, but Quincy, do you have Crocs?
No, I don't.
Would you want Crocs if they had fanny packs on them?
Here's the thing.
Oh, okay.
I hear the insides of those Crocs are fucking phenomenal.
They're comfy.
We did the Disneyland trip in October.
Okay.
And by the end of the day, Lauren's stepmom's feet were bleeding.
Yeah.
From wearing tennis shoes. She wore tennis shoes.
Yes.
And she's like, I got to do something else. So they all went to the Crocs store and they all bought Crocs. And they said they were fucking amazing. My question is why you can't put that in a regular fucking shoe that doesn't look like this.
And as Sock says in chat, fucking tactical Crocs. Yeah, these have a little bit of camouflage on them, but a harsh, deep purple fanny pack on
The hunter that wears these to go and shoot a deer deserves when he gets gored by that fucking deer.
And by the stag, yeah.
I mean, to be fair, hunting's already a little fucked up unless you're actually eating the meat.
That's correct.
Trophy hunting is not cool.
No. So with these, they're $90. Releases in 2 days on the 12th.
I'm not saying inserts, although I am saying that I feel like if that's supposed to be the thing that fixes it, not the rest of the shoe, that bottom part, why can't we just build that into a regular shoe so that my shoe doesn't look ugly, but I also don't have sore feet? That's all I'm saying.
Just by the new Skechers.
I'm not even saying to do an insert.
Just by the new Skechers.
But also, my fucking Skechers are great.
Your Skechers
my
are
feet
great.
Don't fucking hurt.
Yeah.
My Toms won't break the fuck in.
Like, I wouldn't mind, like, Doc Martens if I can get half cabs on them. But having...
What?
Huh? Someone will cut my legs off and steal my dollars?
Oh, because of the fanny pack.
Fanny pack. And yeah, they do kind of look a little Sora from Kingdom Hearts. When you walk away. But
it's a Croc fanny pack.
It's
man.
a Croc fanny pack with a poncho. You get purple ponchos with it.
That's the other thing. Like, you can't wear Crocs well in the wet weather. So I have to just hurt my feet when it's raining out? Why can't we just do a fucking Croc insert for a shoe? And not even an insert. Why can't we just build a shoe with the inside of a Croc in it?
I don't know. I'm here for the shoe.
Granny pack.
I'm here for the shoe to talk about the shoe.
Pack.
I'm not here to judge the shoe too harshly because I've never stepped in a Croc, but I've heard they're comfy.
I've never stepped in a Croc either.
They're good for nurses and all that, and if they're good for the nurses, surgeons, what have you.
But don't you feel like it would be better if there weren't holes in their shoes where things could get in?
Not my place.
I'm just saying.
I'm just Super Saiyan.
But so I that's where my confusion lies.
And that's fine. You can be confused. But
I will say I'm curious, and I've considered going and trying them on just to see how it feels and leaving without buying them.
As one does.
Like, I have been that curious, so I'm like, I might have to go and try these on.
Yeah. You can't wear open toe shoes in our medical establishments.
But they're not open toe. They have breathing holes higher up.
Yeah.
That's the weird thing.
So I don't
or she says, or with ends with holes in them.
Oh, okay. Well, then.
And I guess maybe that's what the canvas comes in because it covers the holes.
Yeah.
Still not waterproof.
Still not waterproof. But I bad, but
Also, like the flap in the back, like you only sometimes put that on. Other times you flap it forward.
yep. For performance mode,
Yeah, overdrive.
yeah. Ska,
I
dude.
just don't get it.
I don't get it. So,
To be fair, I don't get these either. But
it's just a marketing ploy. and
I'm more
okay.
talking the style. I don't like the style.
Okay, so Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 just came out very recently, and the guys over at DIFF, D-I-F-F, has charitable eyewear. And these don't look bad. They look very retro.
They look like someone went, I don't like buying Oakleys. Let's make the closest thing to Oakleys, though.
Suppose. Very, very suppose. I do like the blue over the
Yellow.
Yellow.
I guess tan, yeah.
Yeah.
Cream. Dirty cream.
I would just call it tan.
Tan.
Yeah, I would just call it tan.
Dirty cream sounds disgusting.
Yeah. So they have everything all wrapped up in a nice little tri-cut box that they go
I do like
into.
the box.
I do like the box. Everything's great. Only $80.
It's a decent price. I just not my style, man.
Not your style?
No.
I mean, they do look very 70s Miami Vice for some of them.
Right? Or fucking snow goggles.
Or a little snow goggle-ish, yeah.
The name of this company also makes me think of DILF, and I don't like that.
Oh!
Hey!
Yeah, they also have Star Wars
Okay.
40th Anniversary Return of the Jedi set.
I can get down with the aviators.
The aviators. I'm wearing some now. Thank
don't
you,
like the
Zenny.
ones
Be sure to
about-
check out the link down in the description.
I don't like the ones above the aviators. Oh, I may have found us a fucking Zenny purchaser, by the way. I'll talk to you about that. I don't really like the ones above. These ones, if they were a little more round, a little less squared, but not for me. That's not my style.
I would like those a little darker.
Yeah, a little darker too. The other ones, they're feminine, I guess would be the proper term.
Yeah, they have that little eyelash flake.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I know what you're talking
Cat
about.
eye.
Cat eye. It's always good to make sure that you guys, anyone listening to this, get your eyes checked out. It's actually very inexpensive.
Don't be like me.
Yeah, dude. You can take if you have insurance with any company, they will allow for one free eye exam a year. Take that and come over to Zenny. Like, I'm not even, you don't, I would prefer that you used our link just because, but for the cost of those glasses, fucking $30.
Yep.
$30 out the door for these very well put together glasses.
I'm going to be making my first eye doctor appointment probably next month. My first eye doctor appointment in probably about 4 years.
Yeah. And then just say, hey, I want my...
He just gives me a prescription to take wherever I want anyways.
Yeah. Just ask for the prescription.
Although his price for the exam went up. It's like $80 to see him now. It used to be like 40.
Yeah.
And I could do walk-ins.
Yeah, mine was free.
Yeah, I might have to go to... I like my eye doctor. It's getting pricey to see him. I might have to go somewhere else.
Lens crafters, maybe?
But then they really try to push the sales, and I just don't have the energy to not tell them, go fuck yourself. Rather than being nice and be like, no, thank you.
I mean, just keep doing this kind of thing. You know?
Yeah, no, I gotta look around at the prices and just figure out who's gonna be the
I'm just gonna real quick look at collaboration, see what
Oh,
else
okay.
is there. Harry Potter.
Look at those Star Wars ones.
Grogu kinda.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what they're called.
Yeah, Grogu.
Okay. Princess Leia.
Okay, look, I would probably buy the cloth.
The cloth.
Yeah. The Luke Skywalker aviators.
$14. Luke Skywalker X-wing aviators with fucking wide cut up top.
That makes sense though, because it's supposed to be like the fucking fighter pilot. Y'all frozen.
Y'all froze. Okay. X-wing. I don't know why. Luke Skywalker X-wing RX.
I don't know
either. Ravenclaw for the Harry Potter once again. The Harry Potter prescription. I like these. The Darth Vader ones with this nice little aviator style, but it has like this big cut.
It's supposed to be the bottom of his mask.
Oh, I just like its shape. What are Patricia Nash?
Yeah, those ones are not nerd themed. Those are probably designer.
Designer or someone themed. Yeah. Okay. Any other collaboration? Nope. More Star Wars. C-3PO. Darth Vader 2.0, which has a bigger brim over that. Chewbacca. Okay, Chewbacca's all right. Stormtrooper looks all right. R2D2 a little feminine-ish, but C3PO 2.0, sure. I don't know who. Jesse James Decker
That's probably another.
collaborated.
Yeah, because it looks like it no longer has the things at the top.
Okay. Star Wars Harry Potter.
Queen
Star Wars Harry
Amidala.
Potter. Luna Lovegood. C3PO 1.0, I would assume. Hermione Granger looks a little Morpheus to me, but all right. Slytherin, sure, fine. I like the square. I've
Some
always liked.
motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate uphill.
I mean, sometimes it builds character.
Yeah, everyone looks and goes, look at that douche.
Yeah, there's a lot here with collaborative, just with the 3 collaborations, it seems.
Yeah, so if you want to go check out some nerd glasses, check out DIFF. Diff, not DILF.
diffeyewear.com. Skadoob. So, you want this to be here.
Yes.
I don't know if it will be here.
Yeah, neither do I.
A deep red bunned burger with black sesame seeds over at Burger King. Now, the article that I managed to check, I checked one more spot. It says that it's only going to be in select restaurants across New York City, France, the United Arab Emirates, Brazil, and other locations. Not specifying exacts.
Yeah.
Of course not.
New York makes sense.
New York makes sense, but nothing on the West Coast? No LA? No anything that would remotely be in our general area if we had
West
the money
Coast
to...
Avengers have always sucked anyways.
Fair enough. But point still stands. Like, Japan gets a lot of kooky stuff that I would love to try. We're never going to get it.
Yeah.
Never
gonna get it.
But what makes it? I actually don't know what makes this burger tick. I didn't get that information.
It's just a Whopper, I think.
It's just a Whopper?
Yeah, it's just
Food coloring?
food coloring. They've done it. They do special event Whoppers like this every now and then.
Yeah.
They've done orange. They've done black. They've
and-
done a different red.
Well, what the... Oh, no, wait. That was McDonald's that did the... No, who did the black burger that was made with squid ink? Was that Burger King?
I mean, that's how you generally do a black thing like that.
Yeah.
That's how they do black pasta.
Mm-hmm. I don't recall who did that, though. But even still, they also have a nice little just regular ice cream sundae with black and red sprinkles. You know, can't be mad at sprinkles.
Whopper. They did the black Whopper for Halloween.
Ah, okay.
So yeah, these are the ones that they've done. Some of the ones they've done.
I kind of like that one. That one actually looks really appetizing to me.
Yeah.
Oops, sorry.
It's okay.
I mean, if it pops out here, sure.
Yeah, I want to try it if it pops out here. I've never done one of the colored Whoppers. I know it's going to taste the same, but I'm a spider nerd.
Yes. Skadoop. So, speaking of food and Japanese restaurants doing kooky things, there is a kooky thing over at Coco's, a kind of an American restaurant, like a home staple restaurant similar to like Denny's. But Coco's over there in Japan has a Yu-Gi-Oh! Handshake. Now, you know, people fan of the card games, sure, fine, good, great. There's a card. What?
I didn't know this was at Coco's.
Yeah.
I didn't read the thing when I saw it. I just showed you because I was like, you'd be into this.
I kind of.
I didn't know it was Coco's.
Yeah.
And this blows my mind that Japan has Coco's, but Vegas no longer does.
We just lost our last Coco's.
We have no Coco's left that I know of.
Yeah. Someone in the chat really loves Coco's.
My grandmother once stole an entire fucking coffee set from Coco's.
So there are limited release cards that are just reprints of other cards. They're just promotional pushers through the ages. Regular Yu-Gi-Oh! Run, Rush Duel, the online Link Duel. I don't know what this one's called. But you can get these cards as well as a very interesting card called Burger Monster. It's a very plain name, but it is a Yu-Gi-Oh! Card of a burger that has sharp teeth, but it's cheese, I would assume. And they basically recreated it and made it look good. Further down, you have a Blue Eyes Radiant Dragon. I do not remember the card's name, I'm afraid, but it is a fruit sundae that looks positively radiant. It looks like it has like a small little fried crepe up top, a few orange slices, ice cream, a few little bit of mandarin in there, and then a mixture of some blue liqueur or otherwise with some whipped cream. It just looks like a really good one. Guess what? There's more. What looks to be... Can I translate this page? No, it is image. Why would you do it in an image? What looks to be a halfway curry in some rice, a little bit of oysters opened up. I don't know if that's beef or pork, but even still, looks pretty good. Looks like a nice little mixture curry and just, eat it in one bite. And then a regular Blue Eyes White Dragon. I know that card. Sorbet parfait looking mixture. It looks like it maybe has a little bit of tiramisu style in there with a blue dip that you would add on top. And of course, they are just going to promote their regular stuff. Now, with Coco's being American eatery, they seem to try. Because, bless you. Bless you. Now, some of this stuff is kind of American-ish. Like, you can see that there's pot roast.
Yep.
Pot roast with a baked potato, maybe twice baked potato.
The nearest Coco is almost 4 hours away.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's in California. 3 hours and 40 minutes.
Bakersfield?
No.
Really?
The nearest one is actually
Victorville?
San Bernardino.
Really? Ooh.
That is the closest Coco's to us now, because they closed the one on the Strip, which was the last one, and they previously closed the one that was over off of Eastern.
Yeah. Damn. And then the one in Henderson closed down a long time ago.
And the one that was over closer here became a Denny's.
Yeah.
And that Denny's eventually closed, and they rebuilt it to a liquor store.
Oh, yeah.
It's Liquor World now.
That's right. But they seem to try and do a little bit of the home eatery stuff, as well as just some interesting, very solo style Japanese meals. They all look good. They all look very, very appetizing. Just a regular curry. Can't really mess up curry.
Thank you for the bless you in the chat.
Yes. Caro's, Saboro.
You were named in a Coco's. You were named in a Coco's.
Was it?
Yeah, it says right there in the chat. I named Justin in a Coco's with Riri.
Oh. I missed that part. I went from here down. I did not see that. I'm sorry. But yeah, good stuff. We like Coco's. Well, what's left of them anyways.
I might have to do that next time I go to California.
Go to Coco's?
Yeah. I haven't been to a Coco's in 15 years.
I think so. Oh, no.
No, because it was by the time we started hanging out, that Coco's became a Denny's.
Yeah.
And we started going there as a Denny's.
Yeah, shit.
I haven't been to a Coco's in probably like 15 years.
Skadoop.
You also remember Carol's? That was another diner for a bit.
Caro's. What was the one? Spires. That was one in California.
You know something I never had? And I only ever remember one being out here. I know that there was more, but I only remember where one was because it was over by the Liberace Museum. I have never been to a Sizzlers.
Okay, I was about to say, is it the fucking Sizzlers
Yeah.
or the El Pollo Loco across the street?
Because I said the Liberace Museum, and you're like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never been to a Sizzlers.
Okay, there's one off of Tropicana, off of Tropicana and Maryland Parkway, and it was fine. It was very trying to be Golden Corral, but doing it on a budget, and you can tell.
Let's see where the closest Sizzler is.
Just find Golden Corral. Just eat at a fucking Golden Corral.
Probably the closest one's probably a Utah one. There's apparently a shit ton in California, but there is one in Cedar City.
Oh, okay. And that's what, 3 and some change hours?
Yeah, so it's either that or fucking San Bernardino.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Do they have anything in Victorville anymore?
The last time I went through Victorville, the only thing I remember jumping out at me is the AM PM that
We stopped for gas at?
So I don't stop for... No, that was in Barstow.
Was it in Barstow?
Yeah, because
Oh.
I always stop in Barstow for gas.
Okay.
Which apparently everyone else disagrees with me on, but that was a whole fucking thing on the last trip. Your uncle's like, why do you stop it? No, your uncle's wife was like, why do you stop in Barstow? And then they stopped in Barstow, and I thought it was hilarious because we didn't stop in Barstow. They stopped for food.
Oh.
But I stopped for gas because I go to that Circle K. No, I stopped at the AM/PM in Victorville because once you're at that AM/PM, if you go north, east, south, if you go west, you hit Route 66. And so I went that way to go to the bottle farm that's off of Route 66 over there.
Bottle one?
Yeah, I've got the photo. I showed you the photos. I'll show you later.
Oh.
But yeah, I don't remember there being shit in Victorville. There's a car dealership.
Cheap cars?
I mean, it's a Hyundai dealership. They're new cars. But if you're trying to buy a car that hasn't been released in the state yet, for instance, up until recently, you could not buy the electric Kona here. It was only in select states. That was the closest place you could buy one.
Really?
Yeah, as you drive out to Victorville, buy it there, and drive back.
Huh.
They're starting to get them out here, though.
Thank you, Jesus.
No, I don't ever have to do that. So, there's a movie.
There is a movie. Beetlejuice 2 finally has a release date and maybe a lockdown of a cast. So a little middle of last year, they said, oh yeah, Johnny Depp is going to be a part of it. But no trailers, no full cast review, just Johnny Depp could be.
I don't even know if they have a full script yet, honestly.
I don't think so either.
Penning everything now.
Yeah, so this is a little pre-production, so hopefully in the near future all this will be confirmed. But having Johnny Depp, Gina Davis, Winona Ryder, and Michael Keaton with Catherine O'Hara in the back,
The only two I have seen confirmed is Keaton and Jennifer Ortega.
Oh yes,
She's playing Lydia's daughter.
yes. So I'm surprised she's not even on here. Interesting, but. Even still, the release date is now confirmed. September 6th. Yeah, I cannot speak today. September 6th, 2024. That's a year and some change away. I get that. But we haven't got hide nor hair of everything here. So there's a lot of talks of Johnny Depp playing... one of the ones that is kind of going after Beetlejuice. There's ones that are saying he's working with Beetlejuice, the one who is trying to pull Beetlejuice out to cause more problems. And it's like, just show me the trailer and I'll be happy with that.
I have a feeling he is either going to A, be another monster type thing, and they have to get Beetlejuice to help take him down, or B, Beetlejuice comes to power somehow, and he's a different monster type thing that they use to help take Beetlejuice down. Those are my two possibilities.
Okay, I like both of those. Both of those are fine. Mine is he's wanting Beetlejuice out in the world, so everyone's gonna have to stop him and Beetlejuice.
Maybe. As long as it's all better than the original script for the original sequel back in the fucking 90s, which was the family goes on vacation to Hawaii, Beetlejuice gets summoned and becomes a giant volcano god that they have to defeat.
I mean, that actually sounds kind of cool.
Chat also said Bob's Big Boy. There's actually a Bob's Big Boy 44 minutes away now. It's on your way. Yep, it's on your way to Beatty. It's connected to a Chevron, a Terrible Hearts.
Oh.
And they're also planning on finally bringing one back to Vegas ever since the original one closed.
God, I'm trying to remember where that one was. It was off of like Eastern and Alta. It was ass longs away. I don't remember where. No, it was on the east side. It was way east.
No, it was more north. I had it a second ago,
Northeast?
and now it's not coming up.
Like near the Air Force Base?
Not quite that far out, but
Okay.
You're going in the right direction.
Okay.
It was
right across the street from a Walmart.
What road is this? Because fucking thing won't tell me.
I don't know.
Craig.
Okay, Craig and what?
Camino.
Oh, I don't know where the fuck that is.
Between Commerce. Between Commerce and Camino. So.
Okay. Okay, yeah, a little north.
But now.
It's gonna be out there. Okay.
This is the one that's been.
Then.
Yeah. But they're supposed to be bringing one back.
So
to
just
Vegas.
take the 95 north and just keep going.
Yeah,
You'll see it.
like you're going to Beatty or
Reno.
I mean, I guess technically you get Reno that way. Tonpa.
But Beetlejuice, hopefully, yes. Skadoop. So to those who don't know, I'm a weeb. A huge freaking weeb. Okay. And reading manga I've kind of fallen out of just because, well, it's an expensive venture. But if
Stories to keep up with.
lots of stories to keep up with and lots of money to shell out. I remember I used to have just stacks, huge fucking stacks of the Shonen Jump.
You saw my living room.
Yeah.
That's just a portion of what I've got when it comes to my fucking addiction to reading things
Right,
that
but
I've fallen behind on.
But Shonen Jumps are that
Yeah.
thick. They are 160-page minimum of stories.
Do you want to explain?
Huh?
Chat.
Oh, a weeb, weeaboo, guy who likes anime and
Person who likes anime.
person who likes anime, and they just get called a weeb. It's not.
Weebs.
Is it a derogatory term? A little bit. Is it?
It's a term that was taken back.
Yeah, we're taking it back. But this digital format might be a little bit more of someone's go-to because each of the big 100 and something page, it was only $5. It was only about $5, for a big tome. Once every month. That's not bad. $5 a month. That's not bad. How about $2.99 a month for the Shonen Jump? Shonen Jump's not bad. It's got a lot of stories that you're probably already watching in the anime, but the mangas are a little bit more concise and to the point. Meanwhile, there's another little tiny thing that can be added on called just the Viz Manga app, which has a little bit of the non-jump stuff. Some of the stuff that has more concise stories.
Yeah, Junji Ito.
Yeah, Komi Can't Communicate, which I heard is actually really endearing to read.
But to be clear, it is while they function through the same website for buying these and looking at these, they are two separate apps, at least for now.
Yes.
I don't know if they have plans to combine them later.
Correct. The Viz Manga app has the Outlier stuff, while the Shonen Jump app has strictly Shonen Jump stuff. There's digital exclusive series that are being released specifically on that, which is kind of interesting. A good selling point. $3 a month. Meanwhile, the Viz Manga app for the Outlier stuff, $1.99 a month. So $5 a month gets you caught up on any manga reading.
Yeah. So something the chat says is Weeb isn't a positive thing from Google. To be clear, though, is while the Google may say it's not, there would have been a time where being a nerd or a geek, Google also would have said very bad thing.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it comes down to the people in that.
The context.
Yeah, the context of the terms used and the way they use it and whatnot. I would not call myself a weeb.
I would.
You would call me a weeb?
No, I would call
You
myself.
call yourself a weeb.
Yes.
And you're one of those people who this would describe you in a sense, but you wouldn't look at it as a derogatory way. You would use it in a joking way.
Yes.
So
It's just context.
yeah. Context, tone.
But apparently, the manga form of Inuyasha is actually really concise.
It's just pages of speech bubbles saying Inuyasha and Kagome.
Actually, I don't even think they. I don't think they actually have too much to do side by side until like chapter 20.
I was
Like they actually have their own story cues. Inuyasha the anime concises it all down and says they got to stick together.
Yeah.
But I would like to read Komi Can't Communicate. I mean, don't get me wrong. I have access to Crunchyroll. I can watch the anime. But
There's things that happen at different paces or happen differently.
or even is thrown out of the anime.
Yeah.
Because with like My Hero Academia, there's chapters in which the anime is farther ahead than the manga because of how quick the anime was starting to push out. Where they were like, we're just gonna have a nice little thing where we can learn about the people, because there's a lot of students that we only know the name of, their general, social aspect. We don't know who they are. Mm-hmm. So they began to delve into their backstories a little bit, delve into who they were. And I like that. Dragon Ball Super.
I've never actually read any of the Dragon Ball manga. I'm so far behind on the fucking anime that I feel like I'm never going to catch up.
You don't need to. It's getting convoluted again.
Well, and then there's time travel that doesn't matter, and so that gets annoying.
So they actually explain that.
I know. I've had long discussions with James about it.
Okay, and with Super reaching where it's at, I'm going to kind of spoil a little bit, just because I don't know if you're...
Spoilers for Super.
Spoilers for Dragon Ball Super. There is a overseer of all the universes and says that thing that Trunks did to help you should not have happened. Because of that branch, we're just going to delete his branch. Because
So it's the fucking TVA?
Kind of. And just says everything that was a part of Dragon Ball Z during that arc, during the Cell Game Saga, when Trunks and Vegeta were training in the Hyperbolic Time Chamber, Trunks came back, gave Goku that medicine that kept his heart a-ticking. We're just going to erase that. And then I'm like, okay, wait, if you erase that timeline, that entire universe, so what's already happened has happened. We get that. But how does knowing that time...
This is why I like Back to the Future.
Back to the Future at least just made it a lot more fun.
We're just going to have fun. We're just here to have fun. Not here to be bitches. We're not going to end game this.
No. But would I want to read about it? Sure, maybe, fine. For $3 a month, it's on there. I'm not mad. And also, they also have free stuff on both of them. So in case you're wanting just to get a sneak preview...
Get a taste of how the app works before you buy a membership.
Yeah. And it's on both regular iPhone and Android.
Actually, and scroll down further. So it's Google Play, Apple Store, and then they have titles available through Kindle, iBook, Google Play, and Nook. If you aren't looking for a subscription or a new app and you want to buy ones directly, you can buy them through those platforms.
Oh.
I'm sure they probably have more than that.
Yeah, it's just you probably have to sign in.
Especially with the fact that with it being Viz, they do some of the more adult ones.
Looks like your Internet Explorer is out of date.
Not
buddy.
Even using Internet Explorer.
Oh,
Barnes
but
Noble continues to run themselves under the
Pretty
ground.
Men Fighting Dirty.
What is wrong with their website?
They're promoting men love. A lot of men love?
I'm talking about the fucking way this is all loaded.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I'm out of here.
Dear Lord, tell us you're a dying chain without telling us you're a dying chain.
Poor Barnes & Noble. They don't deserve all that.
Borders was better.
Borders was better.
Borders should have taken the Amazon deal.
All right.
Did you ever hear about that?
Yeah.
That Amazon wanted to sell books in stores, and so they wanted to do a deal with Borders, and Borders went, fuck you. And then Borders went out of business.
Yep.
Because of Amazon.
Yep. All right. That's all we got for today. Remember to like and subscribe where you can. Remember to follow our Twitters down below. Remember to check out Zenny for some very inexpensive glasses. Remember to check out the Humble Bundle. Of course, anything bought through the Humble Bundle, we're going to turn right back around as well because we love supporting our charities. Even though we are sweating our asses off, I will adhere to that rule we had set.
Yes.
Remember, of course, to check out the...
To be clear, sorry, real quick. Just because we live in Vegas, charity is not a stripper. Charity is charity.
Charity is charity, yes. To
clarify.
Yes. We will always help out charity water. Yes.
I just don't want to... Wait a minute, is that a technicality?
Fair enough. And of course, check out our Temu down in the description if you're wanting to buy random electronics. I'm still working on the video. I've done a little bit of work, but I'm job hunting, so that's more precedence.
I think I have a Temu order that we might do once I have some money.
Okay.
I'll kick the money over to you. You order it.
Okay.
Or maybe I'll order it. We'll do a video.
Okay.
I want to see if Temu's got pool shit, since I'll have a pool at the new place.
Okay, they do.
Yeah, I want to, and we'll test some Temu pool things. That can be another video.
Okay. Yeah, I'm down. And of course...
See, I'm only just now suspicious. Oh, crap, I drew attention to it.
Yep. And of course, at the end of days, end of months, end of weeks, end of years, I said that out of order, but remember to love one another. It is very much free to do. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.